Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4 of Campus Legends. We're looking at some Mobile Legends Bang Bang action coming up.
Yep.
I'm Hungry Cass. Alongside me is Fizzy. You know, Professor Julian was here last week.
Yep.
He dropped the knowledge, and now he's got to take a break, right?
Yep.
Now he's got to chill out. He's got to take a break. But you know, there's the scuffed replacement that is me. I'll be here, kind of taking over Professor Julian while he goes back to read up on his books, and I'll try my best to fill his shoes. I hope I do a good job.
Yeah, I believe you will. And talking about Professor Juju, yes, he's going to sit down and learn some stuff, but not forgetting he's going to have a Rojak by his side.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I think last week he actually brought an actual box of Rojak to kind of demonstrate what we saw in Group A for MLBB last week. I think this week, when we look at Group B, it's a bit more different. But before we go into the broadcast, we kind of want to talk about the sponsors that made this happen. Of course, our proud sponsors, Lenovo. You can see a very nice Lenovo laptop in the center here. Of course, Uniqlo for outfitting us this nice jacket. Hafiz looks dapper as always in his activewear, and not to mention we also have Murdoch and Kaplan that are our proud sponsors as well. It's pretty awesome because there's some stuff coming up for Murdoch and Kaplan. I believe we do have a slide talking about still talking about their open house coming up, and it's rare we get these institute partners that allow students to juggle esports and school and provide so many awesome opportunities for them. On your screen you can see that they will have their online fair coming up from the 5th to 10th of July. And if you guys are interested to learn more, head over to their website murdochfair.kaplan.com.sg to find out more. If you decide to enroll during that period, you will stand a chance to win either an Apple iPad or a set of Sony noise cancelling headphones. I don't know, personally I feel like I lean towards the iPad. I know some people might want the headphones more, but
Yeah, I will probably go for the headphones.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you're a man of you're a man of good taste, of good choice. I understand that completely. So once again, if you're interested to find out more, head on over to their website murdochfair.kaplan.com.sg with over more than 250 double degrees available. There are multiple choices for you to kind of take a look at if you want to further your education. I mean, it's kind of nice that Campus Legends right now we're at this tertiary level, right? So we have a lot of polytechnics and ITs coming in. So this could be a step in their education if they're interested to find out more.
Exactly. And mentioning about esports, right? It's a growing industry.
Yeah.
And it's good that Kaplan and Murdoch University is actually at the forefront of it. So yeah. I mean, studies is important in Singapore, so esports is in the studies. So you can study esports now.
It's like
amazing.
a way to sell the dream to your parents, right?
Exactly.
I'm going to further my education. I want to do something like game design, which, they offer, but at the same time, you also want to be a pro, like MLBB player. I get that, and, Murdoch Kaplan offers the opportunity for their students to do so. The fact that they've kind of put teams up into this tournament just goes to show. And they've also put, a decent amount of sponsorship behind the prize pool as well. So very thankful for them for making it happen. Guys, our first match for today, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be IT College West going up against Singapore Polytechnic. Right now, the 7th place going up against the 4th place. It's a tricky one because College West, I think we were talking about this, have yet to find their first win.
Exactly. So ITE is sending 3 teams. CC is the defending champions, which is undefeated. CE is second place now. CW is standing at 0-3.
Yeah.
Is it something to worry about?
I'm honestly pretty worried because we're at like week 4 now. Is the halfway mark. If you don't find a win here, it's very likely that you will not progress outside of group stages. And I feel like every team is vying for a spot in the playoffs. So this is where you start. This is where you get your first win, and then you move on over to like slowly climbing the ladder, as it were, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a tough one because their opponents, Singapore Polytechnic, right now are sitting at 1-1. Of course, not the best scoreline. 1-1, it's about all even. But for them to kind of take this first hurdle in their stride and make it forward, I think is a good kind of progression for College West.
Yep, definitely. Now, talking about starting, let's go straight to the draft lobby for the first game. ITE College West against Singapore Poly SP.
Yep, and this is going to be a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, as it always has been for the past couple of weeks. Excited to see how things go. We kind of alluded or joked about this. Like, Group A is the Rojak group. The one that Julia demonstrated with a very obvious box of Rojak.
Yep.
Group B, I don't want to say try hard, but like more try hard, right?
Yeah, it's more meta-centric.
There you go, yeah. You see?
Yep. There you go. Like what I mentioned before, like Group B, when I casted for Group B, Selena, Joyhead, 100% picks.
Yep.
Right? Yves, 100% ban. Well, for now, we have not seen Yves yet, but look at that. Xborg and Eudora.
We were talking about this, how, the new items, the War Axe makes Xborg feels like such an awesome duelist, right? And like, yes, you have Thamas to kind of reply. Traditionally, Thamas a very good duelist as well. Takes the solo lane, goes up well. But I feel like Xbox now, with the War X addition, feels a lot more aggressive, a lot more kind of, oppressive even.
Exactly. And there you go. We have Selena and Joyhead yet again for Singapore Poly. So it's going to be mid-late. I think both of them are going to be in mid-late with Granger.
More or less, right? And I look at this SP draft, I'm like, these guys, man, they try real hard, right?
Yeah.
Casting MPL, this is like your classic opening if you left any of them. Like, oh, the Jawhead's up, yeah, let's just pick Jawhead. And then JPL from EVOS SG, like, yeah, we're going to play that. And then you have that Granger, which has been, for the longest time, for the past couple of months at least, a tier 1 hyper. Very good early game scaling to the late game once you pick up things like the Endless Battle. It feels very good, but early on his abilities just hit like a truck. So I do like the draft so far.
Yep, so let's see what's going to be the final ban coming in from Singapore Poly. Previously was Benedetta for ITECW. I believe they can ban probably a marksman here.
Yeah, right. I was about to say, you go for a hyper, maybe hit out that Roger, maybe remove the Yisun Shin, and then you make the pool a bit smaller for hypers here on the College West side. Instead, it is going to be the Atlas. So they're afraid of the Wombo combo, and rightly so, because there is an Xbox. It's like, why do we need a hyper if we can just Wombo combo and one-shot them to death, right? Especially the WAX, especially with like the Flamethrower. Like, there's so much that can go wrong.
Exactly, but it's not game over for ITE College West though, because you can combo Wombo with Tigreal as well. Tigreal is open.
This is true.
Yep.
And not to mention, but yeah, okay, sure, why not? Akai, I mean, there is some, I would say, anti-synergy to a certain extent. Like, you split them up when you want them to be all together, especially for Eudora. But I could see what they're trying to do here now that Singapore Poly has locked in the Thamas. They were hovering the Thamas right now. They were looking at this as the second pick on B2. Now in B4, they still want this. It's still an option for them, and the Ruby as well. It's something that a lot of the teams have come in feeling very comfortable with, I think.
Yep. Exactly. And it's not too bad of a pick as well. Ruby and Thamas on the opposite sides, Go lane and EXP lane. I think both of these two heroes are tanky, so they can definitely sustain their own lane. So I really like these two heroes you're picking up by Singapore Poly.
The question I have here is that okay? Because we're going to get a 1-1 here coming in as the hyper. I think a lot of people feel like she's kind of lackluster in the jungle position. Like, a lot of people do rather play her in the gold lane, just expedite your farm a bit more. That being said, I had a point earlier about how SP's composition feels a bit too much physical. It leans too much on the physical damage, right? They don't really have that kind of magic burst that we generally want to see. It's Selena. Selena falls off. Once teams start picking up, like, the brute force breastplate or Athena, things feel a lot better.
Yep. Oh, this is interesting. Look at Xbox. He's having the retribution, so he's going to be in the mid lane.
So still good things for the 1-1. It's still going to be a side lane 1-1. I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that. But man, with the War X being added into the game, like, I feel like I'm touching a lot about this because it is going to be a problem in the game.
Yes, obviously. And here we go, the first game of the series we have. Welcome to the Land of Dawn, ITE CW against SP. There we go, Xbox. They're trying to get that. I think waiting for the orange buff with Win trying to actually help him out, I guess.
Yeah, meanwhile, a bit of early shenanigans coming in. The Thamas leading up against, together with the Jawhead rather, against this Cho and Akai. Now, normally we see 1-3-1, right? This is a kind of different take on it. I feel like the advantage here definitely does go to the Thamas and Jawhead, just because if you get out of position, I mean, you can see their push is really pretty good, right? But if you get out of position, the Jawhead is just going to fling you into the ejector and the Thamas will punish you. So this is a very aggressive kill lane.
Exactly, so here's Selena up in the middle, so I think she's going to rotate down at the bottom. Look at the Thamus with that Molten Sky trying to zone out and giving the crab to Granger. Now he wants to find his level 4 real quick, but Selena there with that Abyssal Trap and Arrow. Jawhead coming in, but safe. Oh, was that a mistake? I believe he wants to get ejected on Akai.
I think he misclicked there, like he was trying to get the Akai, but it seemed as though they didn't really find the angle, really couldn't find the position. So that's first blood. Kind of glossed over by SP, that was free, that was easy. They set up for it very nicely too with the Selena, but no joy to be found early on this Sunday. Meanwhile, the 1-1 in the side lane is doing 1-1 things, right? Oh my goodness, he might just die here.
There you go, Jawhead. They're trying to find the ejector, but there's no follow-up coming from teammates. But Akai is there trying to zone him out. So far, no level 4 for both team as of yet, even the Hypers as well. But there you go, Granger now just received his level 4.
even though, you know, there are some opponents on the College West side that are still a bit, you know, lower level, the fact that Granger is level 4 with Death Sonata is just so scary as we see Damage jumping in.
Yep, Damage jumping in there with the Molten Spikes, but here come 2v1 up the bottom now. You have to be careful that Xbox has his last Insanity. Nice Joe, but that was a nice flicker to save himself, but don't forget Xbox has that last Insanity where he used it. No, he's not using it. Why?
Oh, on both sides, they could have turned it around, but this might be a dive though. I don't know. He is going for the full channel on the recall, so he's pieced out. He's out of there. He doesn't have anything to do with this. Upside is they made the aggressive plays to get themselves the positioning around this turtle, and I feel like SP are not going to be able to contest this because it's going down so quickly. The Jawhead is coming in, the arrow is not going to connect, so I think College West should be able to secure this. There you go with the Retribution.
And there we go. The first turtle is going to be secured by ITCW with Xbox there. Top Ruby and 1-1. Who has this lane?
Dude, right now it feels like the Ruby is just going off, right? But earlier, because of the range advantage, 1-1 was controlling this matchup pretty well. Overall, they're both okay not fighting though. I feel like you commit to a fight here and if you get counter snowballed, this just goes sideways. You're okay just farming and chilling.
Okay, and here at the bottom, 1v1 here, Tamus and Cho. He's trying to get caught there. There you go, Akai with the Hurricane Dance. Push him in to the side of the turret. He's going to go down. There you go, first blood on the side of ITCW.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they needed, right? The ability to stop him from running back to the safety of his tier 1. They get the first blood. College West now on the board. They have this small goal lead. It's like 500. And a lot of that came from, you know, the early kill plus the early turtle. So meanwhile, this 2v2 bot side is just non-stop, dude. Like, Hafiz, we look at this, it's just going to be blood everywhere on the lane. It's kind of scary, I understand, but it's also good for College West because the Xborg is just getting time alone.
Exactly. Jawhead there, trying to save himself. No flicker in his hand, and Eudora with that lightning strike securing that kill. But look at that, the Way of Dragon securing the kill on Granger. Abyssal Arrow is going to miss, and they are trying to get this jump in on Tamus. It's going to be 3v1. Why not? Let's see what ITECW is going to do here. Tamus is actually just staying under the turret, being safe. But here comes that Akai. Akai with no ulti. There you go. Hurricane Dance. Just put it at the side. But look at Xbox. There you go, Molten. Xbox is still having that ulti, but he's not going to use it as of yet because Granger is here to save his teammates. Nice ejector there by Jawhead. And there you go. Still, Xbox is not using that ulti as of yet. But now look at that. Firaga armor is all gone.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be careful here. Death Sonata comes out. One more shot. No, to jump away. He might be able to pick out the Rhapsody, but walking past the river at this point is going to be a big issue. The Way of the Dragon comes in, and they pick up the counter kill. Really, really smart moves from CW. And, you know, I want to go back to our earlier story as, nope, this is going to be another kill. So CW 6-0 right now. Our earlier story that we talked about was that CW has been struggling so far in Group B. They've yet to find their win. They're coming out of guns blazing, flamethrowers blazing in this first game of this best of 3, and they look like a completely different team. And part of this is really just the Xborg pick, leveraging on the power early on, and they're moving over to Dragon. Everything is going well for them. You know, they don't really have to worry.
Yep. And here you go, the second turtle of the game. It's going to be in the top lane, but look at that. Joe is trying to... Abyssal Arrow hits. Here comes Selena with that kill. Securing that, but Xbox securing the second turtle of the game, so I think it's going to, it's alright. Like securing the turtle and 1 kill.
I mean, for the most part, as long as like the Xbox keeps picking up stuff, as long as they can find cross maps like that, you know, you trade 1 for 1, but you still get the turtle. It's still fine overall. CW are thriving in this chaos right now. A good ejector in though.
That was a nice ejector, but apparently. No, I'm offended from Ruby. If that was to hit, I think Xbox is going to go down. But it seems like both teams will be resetting at this point of time.
Okay.
Alright, here up in the middle, it's going to be 3v2. Ruby is there with Selena and Jawhead. I don't think they're going to converge anymore here up in the middle. So both teams will be resetting.
I believe we did see the walks completed on the Xbox earlier, so... CW looking as strong as they can ever be right now. He even skipped over the upgrade for like the jungle item. This is how much they prioritize the early damage. Question here is whether he falls off, right? I'm not sure if College West has the sustained DPS in the late game as we see another fight break out.
There you go, Hurricane Dance trying to stop Selena from his tracks, but Joe with that flicker trying to get that There you go, Shunpo, Jeet Kundo securing the kill, but here comes Eudora trying to get that Tamus. Are they going to jump in? Look at Cho being super aggressive there. He's going to get that Way of Dragon. There you go, double kill. Nice ejector on Jawhead, but that's a tank that goes down. So it's 1 for 1. It's 2 for 1 actually, but
feels like a 2 for 0.
Yeah.
Feels like a 2 for 0. I mean, you use so much just to get the tank. It's like, well, College West are still doing whatever they need to do. I mean, I highlighted the fact that, you know, with the Xbox being pretty far ahead, they prioritize him, like, whether they have enough sustained damage in the late game. And then I look at the lineup, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. They still have 1-1. Like, that is the late game insurance, you know. College West, they don't have to worry too much. All they have to do is just keep the 1-1 big, as we see. Oh, big I'm offended!
Oh, that was the nice I'm offended combo with that flicker. But then again, no one goes down, so that's pretty wasted, I guess.
I think they get a 1-4-0 there because of the flicker in, so they managed to find that 1 kill. The turtle here, this is the 3rd one of the game right now. SP are looking to make moves on this. I'm not sure if College West can reply though.
Alright, here comes, there you go. This is the first last Insanity securing the turtle.
Ooh.
So 3 turtle has been secured by that Xbox. And there you go. Tamu securing that kill. So it's going to be 1 for nothing, but then again, Xbox managed to secure that 3rd turtle of the game. It seems like both teams are going to start fighting yet again, but it seems like SP will be retreating. But look at that nice I'm offended. They're trying to get a Eudora again, but flickers out to save herself.
Yo!
Here comes the last Insanity securing the kill on that Joy. That was a super aggressive move there by the Cho and that Xbox itself. So, but Xbox goes down. So it's going to be 1 for 1, 2 for 1 now. Double kill. That was a nice Death Sonata coming in from that Granger.
You need to punish that. There's no way they go under your tier 3s and you just let them run out alive. SP, they made the right moves to make sure they get a kill on the Xbox, more importantly. So now they have this initiative in this mid lane. They can push up. They can look for something, and they will with the I'm Offended.
There you go. I'm Offended was used to get that Akai, but Akai just ponder and go away. But here comes that Jawhead. He wants to get that crossbow off tank.
Oh no!
Well, 1-1 get that crossbow off tank. He's fighting for it. She got it. How sharp is that? And securing the kill. Can she get a double? Double kill. Shut down on that Granger. That is huge. Securing that kill on that marksman.
Apparently, that 1-1 is now online, Hafiz. You know, this is what we're kind of looking at in terms of late game insurance. Xbox might not pop off at 9 minutes, but you know who will? Win on 1-1. Is there to step up to the plate and deal the damage that they need. The moment she hit the out off, it's like, okay, I know how this fight is going to go. They just have to be careful on these chokes, you know, not get caught by the Ruby, because a couple of times the I'm Offended pulling them in and the arrows connecting tends to be quite bad. There you go.
Oh, there was a flicker and I'm Offended used yet again, securing the kill, double kill there on the side of SP. So that was a good play.
Yeah, I mean, still, this is a high and dry Cho that finds the Granger on the orange buff. He's still looking for a bit more. Will eventually use the flicker to get away. The Xbox just standing there, man, fighting multiple people. I'm not sure if he wants to do this.
Yep, Xbox, you have that last Insanity. Use it before you lose that Piraga armor. There you go. Get someone. And there you go. Tamus goes down. Crossbow F10 has been activated. He's going to go down. Ruby is going to go down.
You're kidding me.
Oh, Mayday has heaven. Team Wipeout. ITECW. What a game. What a game, ladies and gentlemen.
19 and 9. I think that's all she said, Hafiz. You know, they're just pushing for the inhibitors now, and they have this double ballista. They should be able to finish this off, especially with the pressure coming in. All they have to do is just tap it and finish it off, and there you go. The Akai coming in. He does have the Hurricane Dance, but will keep his finger off the trigger for now. They pick up 2 inhibitors, and they will be looking to reset here unless the 1-1 decides to pop off. Okay, I see you. You know, it's a rainy morning here in Singapore, but they're turning up the heat and they're going in for the GG push, Hafiz.
Yep, there you go. They're trying to get that crossbow of tank activated, but look at Akai using the Hurricane Dance, pushing away the onslaught coming in for SP. SP is still fighting here, but Xbox managed to secure the kill, so 3 for nothing. Hungry, you gotta let me know what should SP do right now, man.
GG go next. I mean, the problem is right now, you can see that even though Endless Battle is completed for the Granger, 3, 5, and 2, he can't find a good angle into these fights, right? The moment he steps up, you have to worry about first the 1-1, and then the Cho, who is high and dry, so he has BOD also, right? Yep. He comes up behind you, he kicks you into the team, and oh, that's a good arrow. But that might not have the damage. Oh, he jumps away from the final shot. That's so good.
Exactly. That was a good second skill there by 1-1, which is actually a purify, a free purify for her. But Selena wants her so bad, but here comes the revenge coming in with that lightning strike from Eudora. So 1-for-1.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at College West. This is a completely different team from what we saw in the first 3 weeks, and now they're well on their way to securing their first game in this BO3. Of course, they still have to kind of close it out. They're at the, they're close to the finishing point, right? Yep. They just need to tip over and actually cross it. And with the Lord, I think that's going to be the key engine that pushes them past the finishing line. College West, they need to regroup. There is still a couple of seconds before the 1-1 comes up. They need all 5, and they could take their time with this. The Lord is going down very low. College West, they look like they want to posture for this fight.
There you go. Nice hurricane dance there, trying to push away that Jawhead. Now, no tanks coming in from SP, but here comes the last insanity there, trying to push away SP. Is there going to be any minions coming in? There will be. Up in the middle, there you go. Granger is out. Granger using the Rhapsody, trying to clear the minion wave. That's the most important thing to save your crystals here, by the way. And there you go. What is it called? The Panda, the Akai jumping in again, but so far no Hurricane Dance. Look at Ruby trying to be tanky
the
there.
1-1.
Nice, you go. There you go. 1-1.
1-1.
Crossbow of tank. She got it. She's trying to get the second one, but you got it in the recall area. But it seems like SP is on the right side of the defense here.
They're still holding on. They're still holding on. But you still have the problem of the 1-1, and we saw the moment she pops out, she's like untouchable. But if the arrow connects the ejector in, they might be looking to close out this game. Okay, College West, no one's focusing down the 1-1, and that's the win condition. So I like the draft. We kind of talked through this about how they might not have late game damage, but it seems as though the 1-1 is doing everything that they need. Look at this, the amount of gold as well. Dude, she is just popping off, man. It feels so good when you have this kind of transition. Like, mid-game is the Xbox show, right? Late-game win comes in with the crossbow of tank, like you said, 10.5k gold, 29% of the team's damage. This is the 1-1 you want in your solo queue games.
Exactly. And I don't mind having Cho as well. To me, he's the MVP. Yeah. Sustaining his lane in the bottom, getting engaged in fight, 50% team fight participation.
Yes.
That's a lot.
The more important part also is that they laned into what was essentially like a kill lane, right? We talked about this. It was Akai and Cho, which doesn't really have the best like levels early on because you get bullied out by the Thamus and the Jawhead. But once you come online and you start, threatening the opponent backline, multiple times you got very good way of the dragons off and just was able to find those priority targets, either the Selena or the Granger, and just soloing them out. So it does feel like everyone on the IT College West squad did their job, right?
Yep,
no one was like, oh, please carry me. I'm not going to do anything. Everyone kind of showed up, Even though it's early this Sunday, but everyone showed up.
Yeah, exactly. I think the captain for ITE CW would be like, guys, we're at 0-3.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, no warm-up games, no warm-up series. We got to go for it, man. If not, we're going to be the last place in the ITE. That's not going to look good. So I think that's what happened.
They get the prep talk. 1, 2, 3, College West.
1, 2, 3, College West. With the flag in the back.
The flag, the music playing as well. I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks like whatever they're doing, it's working out for College West. Winning game 1, very good step. If they get the second game, because it's the best of 3, I don't want to state the obvious, but they will be advancing to find their first win for the Campus Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang segment so far in Group B. I'm happy to see that they come back renewed. I'm happy to see that they have this kind of reinvigoration, because no one wants to kind of like go, week on week with a loss, and then by the time you enter week 5, it's just like, oh, what are we doing here? We're down 0-4. So 1-3 looks infinitely better than 0-4, if you ask me.
Yep, exactly. And that was a huge win as well. It is not close. I mean, it's not close at all.
Yeah.
Right. So it's props to CW, but we will see. So what are they planning to do now?
I think you ban out the Xbox, right? I mean, like, we talked about this before the day started. With these new items being introduced, there are certain picks that are just very frustrating to deal with. I think the efficiency of these new items just make these carries or these particular picks that much stronger. And if you have no idea how to deal with it, if you have no idea how to find an answer, you really just have to ban it out, right? I think that's the big thing that teams need to understand. If we can't find a solution, we just ban it out. Yes, we give away 1 ban. I think that's kind of the consequence of not preparing.
Yeah.
But it's easier than, fumbling in the game and like, oh guys, how do we fight against this now?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when this is the first time, to be honest, to see Xbox being in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Right. You don't know what to do with them, right? So I think you're right. I think Xbox is a worthy ban, definitely coming into the next game.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, there's some time right now for the teams to kind of take stock of the situation. I think when you have BO3s, the kind of advantage for the losing team, as weird as that sounds, is you get to reset and think about how you want to go into the next game and force a third game, right?
Yep.
Usually in BO1s, it's like, okay, it's done and dusted, it's over, there's nothing we can do.
Yep.
In these BO3s, you get an opportunity to reset and adapt to your opponent's draft.
Yep, exactly. Now, I want to talk a bit more about the Xbox. Like, I'm an off-lane player.
Okay.
Right, I like to use Uranus, Xbox, and Ruby.
Wow.
Right,
okay.
but of all these three, I usually rank Xbox last.
Okay.
Because if I don't have a tank that can ulti together with me, that's bad.
Yep.
But when I look at that Xbox, and one of the reasons why I don't really like using Xbox that much is because of the Firaga armor. Like, you get hit once or twice, it's going to be gone.
True.
But based on that game, it seems like the buff is really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's managing his resources very well too. Multiple times we saw, like, he was very stingy, and I feel like this is the best word to describe it, stingy with his ultimate, because he knew if he overcommits, like, there's no space that can be created for him. If he commits, he's dead, right?
Yep.
A few times he did go too far, but for the most part, he was very timely with his ultimate, and I think that's the important part. Whenever you go in, you have to have the understanding that someone is behind you, backing you up, or someone is joining you within that fight. At least their draft had a insurance policy in the form of the 1-1.
Yep.
So if Xbox dies, it's like 1-1 pops off with the crossbow tank. Still feels okay, right?
Yep.
If you don't have a actual, like, side lane hyper like the 1-1, then and it's all tanks behind you, like, what's gonna happen then once you die? Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, let's go to game number 2 for this first series of the game.
Is banning.
All right, back in, and we have a, SP are the ones that are banning out now. Fair enough, fair enough, because you don't have the first initiative, of course. Your opponents can first pick it.
Yep.
So the strategy here for College West is actually pretty smart. They took blue side and they said, we don't have to ban out. If they leave it open, we will first pick it, and then we deny it from them as well. The bans here, the Alice and the Popo and Koopa, not really a big surprise to me. I think both of them are very, like, strong. I want to say early and late game picks, in the sense that, like, Popo and Koopa allows you to play your early game if you want to. Alice is always going to be like late game insurance, similar to 1-1, but more magic focus instead of physical focus.
Yep. Seems like Eudora. Okay, Eudora has been frequently banned right now.
We saw the value of the Eudora in the previous game. The moment she picks up, like, I think Lightning Truncheon is the go button for her. Like, once you get Lightning Truncheon, all fights feel good, because you're always nuking someone within your range. The only kind of worrisome point is if you get outranged. There are some picks that still punish you, but it still feels like a very good team fighting hero.
Alright, now it seems like College West will be securing that grandeur.
Okay, I mean, it worked out relatively well for SP. The previous game, so I'm in a sense that he was getting caught still, but he was able to output damage, right? So they're picking it away. They're the ones that don't get the Xbox this time, so pretty smart coming in. Immediate Chang'e and Ruby. Ruby here for SP was something that they picked up in game 1.
Yeah.
It was able to find them, like, a couple of cheeky picks here and there. The Chang'e now coupled together with this Ruby, I like what I'm seeing, because if you hit the I'm offended and you pull people in, like, immediately throw out Meteor Shower. Immediately burst whoever's getting caught out, right? Because the previous time, when you hit the I'm offended and you hook him in, like, where's the follow-up,
Yep, exactly. So with that being said, though, is this Ruby going to be mid lane tank, or she's going to be off lane, you get?
I think off lane and you have Chang'e, it's flexible, right? Right now, the value of this comp is you don't have to commit anyone anywhere. Chang'e can be in the side lane too. So you don't have to commit Chang'e mid-mage. For the most part, you want to see what your opponents want to play first. We see the Matilda and the Akai here. I do like this. It's a very good in and out. So, like, if you want to dive in as Akai, you have Matilda to join you. If you overcommit, she kind of ferries you out.
Yep.
So it's like you're buying a plane ticket with a return. You're buying a return ticket on every fight. Yeah.
Alright, so that's a two-way trip there coming in from College West. Let's see what's going to be the final bang for Singapore Poly. So they have a tank, they have a support, they have a mid lane, off laner maybe.
Yeah, I think exactly like you said, the Cho was a big issue. The previous game was able to find a lot of, like, clutch engages, a lot of clutch 1v1s with the high and dry. So Cho ban is smart. I like that they also follow the advice I give them, even though they're probably not watching the stream. They're like, okay, we don't know how to do the Xbox, we ban it out. Cho is also a problem, we want to ban it out. Basically, don't have to figure out a solution in the game. Just remove it before it becomes a problem.
Exactly. And College West will be banning that Benedetta for their last ban. And let's see what's going to be the pick for Singapore Poly. Insurance policy.
Yeah, insurance policy here, because I guess they're worried that it's not just an insurance policy. They're also worried that College West gets that for themselves. Even though they do have the Roger in their lineup, this is a problem for me because SP doesn't have a good tank now. Like, what is their front line? How are they going to deal with the College West roster? Especially now with Aldous. Like, dude, there are 3 squishies that will die. You know, the Roger, okay, he's sort of he's able to hold his own when he hits Lycan form, but 1-1 and Chang'e will die to Aldous.
Yeah, exactly. If I were to cast with Julian right now, Professor, he sees Leomord, he sees Aldous, you'd be like, Roger!
I'm very calm about this compared to Julian. He's a very reactive man. You know, I'm a very, you know, I'll take it as it is. I'm more like, you know, I'm looking at this strategy. I like what I'm seeing because the answer to the squishies on the side of SP is the Aldous, right? And we saw, I think, a lot of teams in MPL kind of find a response to squishies. It's just like, you're going to dive them, you're going to one-punch them, and they will die, you know?
Yep, exactly. But there you go. The tank coming in from SP is going to be Atlas.
Okay.
Yep.
Atlas is pretty good in terms of peeling. I think the chains, like, if you stick to your backline and they commit, the chains pull the diver into you, or multiple divers in the case since you have Leomord now. Like, there are ways to just keep your backline safe. It's very iffy. I think personally, like, you have to be very careful how you execute, because if you out the wrong member as Atlas and your backline still get like caught by the Aldous, it's still a game. Like, it's still you get smashed by that.
Alright, so welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is game number 2, first series of the game. ITCW coming in with that 1 win, and SP is fighting for that 1 win. If they win this one, they're going to push it to game number 3. If not, ITCW will win 2-0 clean. It seems like we're going to focus here in the bottom lane. It's going to be 2v2. Is this a new composition coming in for most teams?
I think it's more of them understanding that they want to play these side lanes more aggressively, and they do have the potential to do so, especially now that you have this Leomord, right? It's similar to what they drafted in game 1 with the Thamus. It's a lane bully, it's very strong early on, and you want to punish, but they're the ones that are actually getting shoved in right now.
Yep, so we're going to focus here in the middle lane. Seems like the Little Wanderer will be secured by that Roger, trying to get that level 4. Matilda there. Probably she's just trying to clean the minion wave, and then after that probably proceed to the first turtle of the game in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I like the aggressive moves coming in though from CW. They immediately soak the wave and they get the EXP and they start rotating. Look at this, like no one's here anymore. They immediately peace out. They're like, we don't want to fight this. We want to get something going on the map, right?
Exactly. So there you go. They are trying to rotate here up top. Look at that, both teams. Now I believe Granger is at level 4, similar with Roger. They're trying to get that first kill coming in. Let's see who's gonna get that benefit. So here you go, 4v4. And who's gonna start the engagement?
Oh, they caught him recalling.
There you go. Here comes that. No circling eagle as of yet, but with that being said, managed to secure the first kill as well. But here comes Roger with that wolf howl securing that kill. So it's gonna be 1 for 1.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Now both teams will be resetting with that 1-to-1 trade-off.
This is good early moves from SP because they have double hypers. Like, they need the early kind of influx of cash. Otherwise, they take too long to scale. And if CW gets a hit, actually, like the dive from Leomord and Aldous is actually pretty annoying. Like, the moment they find a small lead and they're able to jump on the 1-1 or the Roger and they can't fight, they can't like man fight them, that's when things go bad. So I think it's good for SP right now to get these early leads and kind of put this buffer between them and IT College West.
There you go. Retribution was used to secure that turtle. So first turtle will be given to SP. Ruby is surprisingly low right now, but here comes the teammates trying to save her, and she manages to not get caught there. So both teams will be resetting. Let's focus here up top. Now she got the level 4. Crossbow off tank can be activated now. Well, she has that. She will have it. And there you go. Win is going to go down. He just gave up.
Yeah, I mean, he was like one kind of minute away from hitting level 5. I think that's when maybe you stand a fair chance, but got caught by the EXP differential, and that's a misplay. You know that's a misplay. You get caught out, you just AFK and take the L. A 1-for-1 trade, nevertheless, you can see on your screen right now, SP are still the ones with the advantage, 700 gold, 3 minutes in. They have the control in mid as well, so Chang'e. The one thing I love about Chang'e is whenever she comes online, if she can take purple, that's the flicker out.
Oh, that was a nice flicker saving herself, but one more bullet just misses that Death Sonata. Just need one more, but here comes the Meteor Shower. I believe it's just to clear the waves. But Aldous saw that one. There you go, one punch coming in from Aldous, and he is gonna run away. But there you go, Ruby. I think Ruby's just Hurricane Dance. Will be pinning Ruby down there. He's going to be onslaught coming in from both teams. Here comes Atlas. I think Atlas just trying to save his teammates. But that again, is that a I'm offended? Okay, no, it's not.
I think the fact that they know their job with the Atlas is just to stand in front. Like when things like that happen, right, here, Kai, Atlas should be in front and just, you know, pressuring with the chains. And that kind of makes it such that it's tough for IT College West to really do anything. They're afraid to commit once they see the Atlas. They can still find these picks. Like with the Aldous, eventually he'll get enough kind of stacks for that punch to really one-shot someone.
Yep.
But it takes time.
Alright, it's going to be 2v2 here. Down in the bottom, Aldous is at level 7. He secured a kill just now. So in terms of KDA, he's at 1-0-0. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Second turtle is out. The first one goes to SP, but will ITECW get this? Here comes Ruby. Here comes the engagement there. Atlas trying to get in the front line, but Hurricane Dance just pushed him into that wall, and that Granger securing that kill with that Death Sonata. But here we go. Aldous, he will not engage there. There was a good defense coming from SP, trying to get away from that Aldous and hide in the turret there. But look at CW, the onslaught is still coming in. But yep, so both teams will be resetting here.
It's okay for CW not to dive this. They want to. You can see like they're so hungry to get the kill, and they might just go for it. But I think it's okay for them to not dive it because they're buying time on the top side for their kind of side laner to start scaling up. Like remember that he didn't have the best laning phase just now. He actually got solo killed. So for him to pick up this kind of EXP, the solo EXP and the gold, he's only what 200 behind the 1-1. It's fine. At the end of the day, the dive buddy system between College West is going to be him and the Aldous on the backline. So you do need the EXP and farm. Dodge away from this. Stay alive.
Look at that 2-4 Wolf Hall trying to execute that. But here comes the Hurricane Dance from ITECW. Look at that. Look at the indicator. Aldous is coming in. Akai is going to get that kill on that 1-1. That's huge. But Roger's going to go down on the hands of Leomod. Will we see a meteor shower? Is there going to be a last kill? Is there anyone with that flame shot? No one's with that flame shot. So look at that. Atlas trying to escape. Leomod there with the horse coming in. But look at that meteor shower saving his teammates, and at the same time securing the kill as well. So it's going to be 1-for-1 for both teams, but securing that T1 turret up top.
I think a bit greedy for them to dive past the tier 1. Like, you should have just taken the kills and ran with it earlier on. So all in all though, CW are firing back. They're finding the angles. They're the ones up in gold right now. And this is kind of what we were talking about, right? When SP overcommits or they're not careful, they just get dove. They're trying to look for something here. They probably could find a Matilda. Circling Eagle is there. She needs the backup. Where's the backup?
Yep, there you go. Circling Eagle was there, but Aldous, look at indicator there. Aldous coming in. Is he gonna fly in? No, I think he's just seeing what's happening. So he's not gonna go for it. Here comes Atlas trying to open up the map for his teammates. Seems like they're gonna go for this third turtle of the games. Who's gonna secure it? I believe it will be Granger, but nice Hurricane Dance yet again. Fatal Links securing 2 heroes, but no one goes down. No support coming in. Crossbow of Tank has not been activated yet, but now he's on Granger, but Granger, look at that double kill with that lifesteal, so he's not going to go down. Triple kill on Granger with that Rhapsody. Look at that.
Dude, the MVP of that fight was the Akai. He hit so many important skills and just frontlined for the Granger to just like free hit, right? If you're a hyper, that's your dream.
Yep,
like a tank that actually sits there. So damage, look at this, he's jumping again. He's like, Granger, do whatever you need to. I will tank, I will try to hold off the front line, and you just clean up.
Yep, you gotta respect your tanks, man. That's all I'm gonna say. They will dive in for you, they will die for you, but you need to follow up.
Almost got it there, They're a bit greedy, right? 2k goal lead right now for CW, and they've been controlling majority of the map so far. Again, the idea of like the Leomod and the Aldous dive is really like prevalent. He's gonna get caught out here, just as I say Aldous, but the idea is that they're still gonna be looking to dive. They can't get caught out like that. They have to take these fights, and remember they have a return ticket in every fight from the Matilda. Just need to be careful how they pick their targets.
Yep, I think that was they hit. Okay, here comes the Hurricane Dance there, trying to secure that Ruby. Ruby is pinned down. She's gonna go down. She's gonna go down. There you go. Rhapsody securing that kill. Now they want to find that that Roger. Roger escapes. Does the Chang'e has that meteor shower though to save his teammates? But so far, nope. So both teams will reset.
All the while, you know, this win is just like, oh, look, you guys are fighting, free farm, you know, free structures. I'm just gonna take stuff from the map, and this kind of negates all the earlier losses that he had. Like, yes, he died 1v1 to 1-1, but he's gaining up. He's like in a good place now, where these fights are going to be very difficult for SP to just sit and go 5-on-5, right? The way they execute these fights is if they're able to kite away and then re-engage. But if they overcommit or they just stand there and man fight ITE College West, I think they straight up lose.
Yep. So it seems like CW is winning this game.
Yep.
Right. So. Now Lord is up, the first Lord is up. I believe both teams will be getting, but here comes Leomord there, trying to engage in the fight. There was a nice engagement. Fatally just managed to secure that Leomord, but here comes the Hurricane Dance yet again. Oh my god, he's just trying to zone that Atlas, and Atlas is going to go down. So SP now without a tank, and Lord is up.
The best part is, like, because Aldous does have like a quasi-global, he can just sit somewhere else and like literally push while his team controls the rest of the map. So they're always going to be playing this 1-4, either with the Leomord or the Aldous, and just make sure that they have map control. They're always able to take these fights. And we saw right there what happened when the Fatal Links came out and only caught one person.
Exactly.
The moment you only catch one, SP is like, we can't fight this anymore because we need the Fatal Links to counter-engage. If it's down, College West just runs at them full steam ahead.
Alright, here come Atlas trying to be in the front line, but that's knife offended. Iron offended.
Oh, there you go.
Nice Fatal Links there coming in. That's what I want to see. But then again, Milo Shower has secured the kill on Leomord. Now, CW will be running for their life. This is the first time SP is going to win this fight. Double kill on the side of Chang'e, 3-0. That was huge coming in from Atlas.
That's exactly what you need to do, right? I mean, we talked about this. If you catch one, you lose the fight. You catch four, though, things look a lot better for SP. And even though he's going to try and survive, even though he's trying to kite this one out, he's buying some time. We'll let him go eventually. Oh, okay. I thought they were just going to chase him to the ends of the earth. But Aldous will live with his life. But his team, not so lucky. They all went down to their earlier Fatal Links. And with Meteor Shower, with all the control and the damage from the Lycan himself. Oh, no. What a steal!
What a steal! That was a nice time retribution. That is a mark of a good marksman there. Last minute retribution.
This is when you commend your team. This is actually insane. He stole the Lord away. It's like, okay, you know what, SP, you guys done goofed. I think that was a big misplay. You know, the Lord was their way back into the game, and without that, they just have to sit there and take it right now. It's going to be pushing down towards the bottom half of the map, and immediately the response here from College West is, we have Aldous. He's going to be pushing the opposite side. If anything happens, he's just going to fly on over. We'll dive the back line, and if they find this kill, at least it stalls it out.
Alright, mega kill there by Chang'e. Atlas there trying to get into the front lines, but no engagement as of yet. Now on the side of ITCW, it seems like all three lanes will be converging probably at the same time.
Yep, I think they get this in hit first. That's the important one. Once you get this, you can move to the bottom side. Just don't die. Please don't die.
There you go. Oh, crossbow of tank has been activated there. Chang'e securing that kill on that Granger. That is huge coming in from SP, but they got to worry about that Lord here. But look at that, it's going to be 3v2 win. Is trying to get that, but he's going to go down. He is going to go down 1-1, securing that kill. So it's going to be 4-0. Nice defensive stance on the side of SP.
The reason they couldn't really like push the issue there is because Matilda died earlier. Best case scenario, it's a 4-5. Handshaking the fight is kind of tough. Like, granted, they did get pulled in by, I think it was the Ruby that started things off, right?
Yep.
Upside, they get the inhib, but they get wiped there, and it's an unofficial wipe at least. And SP has space now. SP can push the mid-tier 1, they can get some control on the map. They can set up around the next Lord, which is, of course, quite a ways away, but at least they open up this turret and they can open up the map a bit more.
Exactly. I believe that now the danger man for SP is their 1-1.
Yep.
Right, so I believe it's actually for Aldous to get her down.
It's Aldous and Leomord that like kind of have to just buddy system and like wreck her, right? Like a straight up like, you know, like backline dive. No answer. You cannot allow SP to counter engage.
All right, here comes Aldous trying to get that one punch, flicker away, but Akai was there, pinning Ruby into the wall. So Ruby's gonna go down 1-0 trade-off on the side of ITCW. They will keep pushing again.
The term I was looking for actually was wrecking ball. They need to be like a wrecking ball for the backline, right? And as long as they can find, like you said, the 1-1, things look a lot better as They have to be careful here. The previous time they lost that fight was because of Atlas 4-man Fatal Links, so don't want to see that happen again, College West. You know, if they get caught by 4-man Fatal Links, I think the game goes back to even.
Alright, so the second Lord will be out probably in 60 seconds.
Yep.
So is ITECW waiting for this Lord, or should they just push?
I think they need to just wait for the Lord. I think you don't want to team fight. If anything, you want to play bottom side for the Lord, and then have your Aldous play cross-map. Because, like I said, quasi-global. He can join in for any time. Is able to have this, like, oh, you know what, did again.
Wow, that's a nice arm of Fender securing that Matilda yet again. So it seems like CW will not be engaging as of yet. The shower is coming in. There was a nice fatalist coming from Atlas. Mega kill. Now ITSP reps Dev Sonata has been used trying to save his teammates, but no way shut down. Aldous coming in. Aldous is at the front line. Aldous is, look at that life. He's still at 50% life. He's trying to get that, but crossbow off tag will be activated on that Granger. That's going to be huge. But look at Aldous yet again. It's going to be 2v1. He's securing that kill, getting that life steal. 1-1. No crossbow off tag as of yet, but wow.
That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be for CW, right? If they chase onto the Aldous and kill him here, things go even better for SP, but you should note that these fights are not starting out good for CW, right? It's always like the Ruby hooking someone in and then they get a 4-on-5. If they can take a 5-on-5 fairly, yeah, it's a lot better. They just need to stop getting caught out, right? Like I said, just play cross-map with Aldous. Every time he joins in, things look a lot better. Like, just avoid getting caught out, wait for Aldous to join in and take the 5-on-5.
But in terms of fights, SP has been winning for the past 2 team fights, right? So Lord is out. Is it advisable for them to contest for this Lord?
I mean, what Aldous can do now is just play towards the top half, and then you sit around the Lord, wait for SP to kind of start it, you know, bait them out, and then take the 5-on-5. Because when Lord is on SP, and they have to focus on, do I want to 50-50 retreat this, or take the 5-on-5, it's tougher for them to actually team fight. So Aldous immediately should walk to the top side like he's doing now, push the lane in. They're starting up the Lord though, so this is actually a tricky one. They can't full commit to this, yeah. They have to kind of back off and bait and kind of tease SP into walking in.
Okay, so it seems like the bait is semi-working. You know, no commitment as of yet from SP. The fight coming in for that little Wanderer. Roger securing that.
This is smart. What they're doing is like, okay, they're bluffing or like tricking SP or teasing SP into thinking that they might full commit for this Lord, and if they don't handshake, they will be able to get it here with the Retribution.
There you go. I think Granger will get it with the Retribution, but oh, Mirtoshaw will almost get it, but here comes the T5 coming in. Circling Eagle has been activated there by Matilda, getting the Atlas, but Atlas, super tanky, manages to escape.
Look at the base. Aldous is just sitting inside knowing that he's drawing so much attention while his team pushes in. If he gets out, oh my goodness, he managed to escape with the ultimate. Really?
Oh, that was a nice one. What a nice runaway from that Aldous. Almost securing that crystals there, but again, they have the Lord on their side, so I believe ITECW will wait for this Lord.
Yep, that's exactly a play, right? They played the cross map perfectly, and now this is the best lane for the Lord to collapse into as well, because now the Aldous can play opposite. He can look for the bot in hits, while the big, you know, enhanced Lord is going to be walking into the base. If SP walk up to try and kill the Lord before it reaches the base, this is when you pop your ult. Hopefully it's up already on time. Hopefully you get onto the back line and you join your team by playing away from them, right? You play away from them and join them with your ultimate.
Yep, so it seems like Lord is going to go up top. I believe it seems like they're going to be pushing in the bottom and all is going to be up top.
I guess that works too. You still want the inhibs. You still want the cross map. The idea here, the key idea actually, is Aldous does not want to stick with his team. He wants to play away from his team. Take an objective. The Lord is dead. Hello?
Yep. Oh my god. Lord is dead. And inhibitor turret in the middle and bottom is not going to go down as of yet. Wow, what a defensive stance coming in from SP.
Another hook in. They have to be careful. They've been losing these fights because Ruby has been finding like very good hooks in. And then you kind of yank CW into these bad fights they don't want to take. Need to respect the range on the engage. Aldous is pushing. He should be able to pick up this inhib here. One punch. There you go.
Wow.
Oh man, another hook in. Okay, this time it's Akai. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yep. Akai manages to escape there with that Hurricane Dance. But here comes Atlas. Will he get anyone here? There was a nice flicker coming in with that Fatal Link. There was a huge Fatal Link coming in. Triple kill. Iron Fender Maniac. Can we see a Savage? No Savage coming in, but Aldous is not there to help his teammates. My god.
How does this keep happening, Hafiz?
Oh
how does this keep happening? How does CW keep allowing SP to hit them with these Fatal Links? Aldous actually does a lot of damage. You need to respect the one punch coming in. Kite him out. Play it slow. Meteor Shower is going to eventually burn him out. And I think SP might be able to push for the GG here with that catch. A big flicker into Fatal Links. My goodness, Hafiz. It looks like we are going to the third game. SP with a massive team fight coming back in.
Yep, that Atlas is the key man there, the key player. That was a huge Fatal Links, 4-man Fatal Links. That's, nice play there, SP.
Yeah, SP, you know, they show that they don't want to just go quietly. They don't want to take the 2-0. They want to take us the third game. And rightfully so, you know, like we were talking about, the value of the Atlas is if you can find these fights, if you can find a window to kind of pull people and make it such that they're not able to dive your backline because they're all kind of, you know, stuck together. That's how you win the fight. That's how you win that wombo combo. But if IT College West are the ones jumping you, then you lose that fight, right? So they recognize immediately what the win condition was. Atlas with massive plays, coupled with things like the Meteor Shower, coupled with things like the Crossbow of Tank. The cleanup from the Lycan Pounce all came in big for them in that second game.
Yep, there you go. Look at the team participation there. 81% for Rogers, 69%, 54, 42, 77. That's,
You know what's funny? 8% damage done for the Atlas, which is like, oh, okay, but the value of what he contributed, right, is just insane. Yeah.
Exactly.
The stats don't look like it, but this is definitely my pick for MVP of this game.
Atlas, huh?
Yeah, Atlas for sure, man. It brought the team back from the jaws of defeat. With that, guys, I think we will be going for a short break. When we come back, we'll have Game 3. We'll give the teams, give the players some time to reassess their strategy. Maybe if you're College West, you're like, you know, ban out the Atlas this time. Unfortunate for College West, you know, they don't find their 2-0. They don't find their first win just yet, but they will have another chance in this third game. For now, guys, we will be going for a short break. When we come back, the continuation of this best of 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
A lot of my painting is about movement. I really gravitated to the circle, and from the circle came the atom. It's like the center of everything, the universe, our biology, all of it. The atom is constantly in motion. We're introducing activewear. It's the best way I can represent with Uniqlo.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in our third game of IT College West versus Singapore Polytechnic.
Yep.
Right now, we are 1-1 apiece, and it's going to be winner take all in this final game. But before we go into the game, I do want to highlight something though. At the end of this, we will be asking a questionnaire. More like a kind of quiz topic, right? We will have one at the end of game 1 and one at the end of game 2. And if you answer both correctly, you will stand a chance to win a $100 Uniqlo gift card courtesy of our proud sponsors. Uniqlo, of course, for decking us out in this awesome activewear, the sports utility wear, as it were. So stay tuned to the stream. Of course, we'll be asking the questions just before we go for our break at the end of game 1. We'll ask another one at the end of game 2. And then by the end of game 3, you'll know whether you won or whether you didn't get selected. But hopefully you guys stay tuned and stand a chance to win that. Again, courtesy of Uniqlo. So without further ado, we should be jumping into draft to find out who's going to take this one. I'm Hungry Cast. Alongside me is Fizzy. We've been bringing you the game so far. We will continue bringing you the games for the rest of the day, and hopefully, we have more action up for us on the schedule.
Yep. So SP won that second game, right?
Yep.
So it's all thanks to Atlas and Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mentioning these two heroes, do you think that it's a ban-worthy hero, Atlas or Ruby?
They did ban out. I think College West did ban out Atlas at the end of. I think it was the third ban in game 1, right? I can see why now. It makes sense. It makes a little bit more sense. It is a threat, but at the same time, we're talking about this like IT College West kind of didn't do a lot to stop the Engage from jumping them. I think they clustered up too often and made it too easy for the Atlas to punish them. So you don't necessarily have to ban out. You just need to play around it.
Alright. So Singapore Poly there yet again with that Xbox. So they don't want to deal with Xbox. No, they're going to pick it up. So seems like College West will be banning out their Ruby.
Yeah, I think College West now will be thinking about the next ban here. Maybe you go 1-1. I think like the 1-1 was kind of an issue for them as well. So maybe you just want to remove that from the pool. Eudora again is going to be removed, and that was a College West pick that did very well, right? So now we're looking at the the second ban for the red side. Maybe 1-1, maybe Atlas. There are multiple things that they want to be kind of removing, but instead it's going to be the Chang'e here.
Yep, so they don't want to deal with that Meteor Shower at all there. So I believe if they ban Chang'e, they don't mind going up against Atlas.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the reason also, like part of the reason why the Atlas feels scarier, because once you make them all clump up, that Meteor Shower has a lot of value, as we see. SP now hovering over the Lunox. I mean, they could lock this in, and it is a very flexible pick. You could play like tank Lunox. I've seen some people play off-lane Lunox too, and of course the traditional mid Lunox is what we tend to see in the past, as Clint is hovered. I don't know if they'll lock that in early.
Wow, Clint over Granger.
The Cho is definitely there. It's like it was banned out against them the previous game, so Cho is the choice. The Clint is going to be locked in too. Okay. Not a big fan of this. It takes a bit too long to scale up, in my opinion. And I think College West has kind of demonstrated in Game 2 that they don't play late game macro very well.
Yeah.
So if you want to stall for the late game, that's not your strong suit. The only way to kind of make this Clint feel good is if you snowball. If you start like getting early kills.
Yep. So, they're going to hover with that tanks there.
Akai. I mean, they were hovering Atlas, but I think the Akai works as well. If you're worried about getting like... okay, so they want the tried and tested Atlas with the Brody here. They're worried about the marksman and the hyper pool being thinned out in the next kind of rotation, so they will early pick the Brody for the jungle position here and the Atlas, which worked out so well for SP. Again, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So pretty standard stuff overall from them, what we see, apart from the Lunox.
Yep, so College West will be securing that 1-1, so double marksman composition.
They need tanks here. That's the problem, right? Every time I see teams go double marksman, double hyper, it's like, where's the front line going to be? Is it going to be a tank Cho? Like, do you have other tools? Maybe you want the Akai here? I feel like Akai wouldn't be too bad, actually.
Yep, so let's see what's going to be the final ban coming in from Singapore Poly. They can actually ban a tank right now.
I think you ban the tank here. Because they're like, so the Akai, like I said, is probably the best choice here, because not to mention the synergy. I really like Akai and 1-1 on the same team, because when you Hurricane Dance and you split the team up, 1-1 just chooses whoever she wants to fight. Like she's not committed to fighting the front line. She's committed to fighting whoever she wants. That's split up, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that SP will worry about, which is why they ban out the Akai.
Alright, so IT College West, I remember that they actually secured 1-1 in the first game, right? So they want to go back to a familiar composition, if you will.
I mean, the Leo mode wasn't very good for them.
Yeah, even the elders as well.
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. The Tigreal was the 4th pick coming in for College West. We talked about tank. Your traditional tank is Tigreal. It's also a counter engage against Atlas, so if you are worried about Atlas jumping you, you have the implosion ready just in case they decide to make aggressive moves. As you see the Sun and the Atlas being covered. This is the rework version, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, honestly?
Well, I've played Sun when it's reworked, but I only play him custom.
Right.
So
never tried and tested in the fields of battle.
No, not yet. So custom. It's slightly different, but similar.
Yeah.
In a point, but I think late game, he's gonna be dangerous.
Okay. So we're looking out for like the late game Sun and also like Alice now because they locked into Alice. So 2 very strong late game picks in the last rotation, coupled with a Brody. I could see SP actually having a very convincing shot at just closing this game out, even in the late game against Clint. Kagura was the final pick for College West. I say this so much because I feel like Kagura is one of the most neutral mid lane mages you can ever pick up. Very strong in multiple points in the game. And also, you have the ability to kind of disengage or counter-engage together with the Tigreal here. Because if the Atlas catches your team but the Kagura isn't caught, Yin-Yang overturn, perfect. Like, it forces them to just separate. They can't pile onto the members of your team that get caught.
Yep. So in a way, it's kind of like a counter pick for Atlas, right? So welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is the final game. SP with 1 win and ITE CW with 1 win as well. Isn't Sun banned? Is it? So.
Remake.
So we reset? Okay, so it's going to be a remake. Sun is banned.
I like how we just like, I wonder how this is going to play out, right? And I think this is like one of the similar competitive rulings with most competitive titles is that new reworked heroes are not allowed for 2 weeks, if I'm not wrong, based on the duration, right? I thought, this only applied to new heroes, but apparently reworked ones also are disabled. Yeah, so I'm just getting confirmation right now. Yeah.
Yep, sweet. So let's talk about the College West again. It seems like based on the first game where they have that huge win, right? So they have 1-1 by the side. They have Cho by the side. So wow, I don't know, man. I really like this composition.
It's like the Game 1 comp again. Minus, I guess, the Xbox, which was like a mid-game bridge. Whenever I look at these kind of like early power spike hypers, they don't scale that well. They might have damage in the late game, but they exist to make your mid-game very scary. If you're fighting into Xbox, it's these guys.
Record. Hi guys!
Support this stream.
Oh my god. Yeah, they gotta wait like a few minutes, right? Before they can end the game.
Yeah, they can't see that, okay. Wow. Mid lane party, my favorite. That's it. I remember a story. Like I don't want to sidetrack too much, but when I was casting, okay. So I'm getting confirmation from production that I think all the rework plus Phobias is not allowed until a later date. So in my head, I was like only new heroes, but I think all reworked and revamped heroes are also disabled until a later date. So that is an update for you guys, rulings wise. I was about to say, when I saw that recall party in the mid lane, it reminds me of when I was casting, I think this was finals. I was like just finishing the cast or waiting for MPL finals to happen, MPL SG. And then there was RSG SG and EVOS SG, and they were doing that mid lane party thing as well because they were testing ping. And then they were like, because they're all old players, they're all experienced players, they're like just, chatting in stream about, one last ride, Yeah, it's so funny, it's so hilarious, yeah.
Okay.
So to be exact, Phobias, Sun, Alpha, and Karina. Yeah. Karina, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Karina is disabled.
Oh my god.
Almost read that one weird.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
that's
production.
right.
Thanks production
Oh
for
my god,
messing with us.
Oh man.
It's like, that can't be right.
I almost
Cheers guys. Should be going to the draft phase again soon, and I think we did pull up the QR code for a while on your screen, but maybe we can kind of get that up again so we can mention what is kind of going on with the QR code. At the bottom of your screen, right? Hold on, there. Yep. You'll see a QR code that you can scan with your phone to download the Uniqlo app, and you will get $5 off your first purchase.
Yep.
So that's all well and dandy, especially being Singaporeans. Free stuff is best stuff.
Yes, exactly.
So $5 off your first purchase, and also stand a chance to win a free Arizona mask, which I believe you have.
Yep, I do have.
Very lightweight, very breathable, but still offering the protection that you need in COVID-19 era of coughing and sneezing. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I really like that Arizona mask, super light. And yeah, I got nothing to complain about it.
Yeah,
So
awesome stuff. So do head on over to download your Uniqlo app now, like we said, to get $5 off your first purchase. Also, production is messing with me because now they're also mentioning that ZAS is also banned due to a bug. No pun intended. So that is also off the menu for both teams. We're having fun.
Yep, we are. So I believe we are gonna go in.
All
There
right.
you go. So this is the remake, the final game, game number 3 for the first series of the game. So Xbox, Eudora, Benedetta will be banned for now.
Yeah, I think then we have Ruby here as well. Yep, and I believe the final ban here was... okay, I think they have to do it 100% the same up to the Sun pick. I think like that is generally what we're going for. Yeah. So Cho 1-1, and they had Clint as well, and I believe it was Kagura and it's escaping me the final pick here. Kagura and
Kagura, Clint, Kagura, 1-1, Cho, Tigreal.
yes, Tigreal. Yes.
Yes.
Because I remember. Oh yeah, you're right. It's Tigreal
Yeah.
because of the Atlas. I was talking about that as well. Yeah.
There you go. That's the Kagura. Kagura. Kagura senpai.
Actually, oh, you have a decent anime voice, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Kuroshimaru. Nani?
That is what happens. Yeah, that is what happens when you hit a 5-man yin yang overturn. Your teams just go nani.
Nani? Kurus. So
Waiting
that-
for the draft to just go through while we do our cringy anime voices. Speaking of cringy, I do love that on the side of Singapore Polytechnic, one of the teams has a ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like seeing your text, but it's still kind of cringe, right?
Yeah. Ooh. Rain in.
Okay.
So there you go, Clint, and coming in. The final 2 will be, if I can remember correctly, it's gonna be not Sun.
Yeah, not Sun. You're right. It's not Sun. It was oh
Oh, we didn't see Zilong.
no, it was Brody,
Oh,
and then,
okay.
it was the Brody, and then I think instead of Sun, I don't think they want Zilong, right? They might just want the Yuzhong instead.
Yeah, Yuzhong will be a better.
Yeah, Yuzhong would be
pick.
good actually.
Yeah.
Looking at the composition, I feel like Yuzhong is probably good. Kaja? I mean, you could play off in Kaja, but yeah, Yuzhong is probably the choice here because first and foremost, you do need some AOE big ticket, team fight ultimates
Yep.
to combo with the Atlas. I feel like Atlas alone, if you don't have like damage on top of that, just feels like everyone's standing around. Oh, good chains. Like what will we do here? Like 5-man fatal links, but then what do we do here? We have no damage, right? So they have Atlas, and now they have this Atlas and Yuzhong to kind of combo on top of that.
Yep, seems like okay. In terms of composition, I like Singapore Poly, but I believe College West have the
It's more
slight
comfortable.
advantage. Yeah, it's more comfortable to them. But what do you think, Hungry?
I think this is a comp that they looked very good on in game 1. This is something that they should be very comfortable with. The only thing missing is they're lacking that mid-game, kind of bridge that I was talking about. Like, where is your mid-game damage going to come from if you're waiting for Clint to scale up? Tigreal, for all intents and purposes, is a very good team fight hero, but he has no damage. He only has crowd control similar to Atlas. It has to be like, Cho popping off or in the mid-game Kagura getting fed as well. These are tools that they want. Because 1-1 in Clint, dude, up until like 7 minutes or like 7.5 minutes, they're not heroes. They're like, ballista creeps with additional health pools. That's how I view them, right?
Yep, so there you go. Welcome to the Land of Dawn. Game number 3, 1 piece each for ITE, CW, and SP. Whoever wins this will win the whole series. So it's going to be 2v2 here up top, and I believe this is going to be the same composition yet again from the previous past 2 games. So it's going to be, I think, both of these 2 heroes. There's a nice Flicker and that Sacred Hammer. They're trying to get that kill, but Flicker secure out. Coming Cho with that first blood aggressive. Coming in from CW, a comfortable hero similar to the first game.
You could see they practiced that, right? Hafiz? It's not like they decided on the fly. They're like, okay, he's overstepping a bit too far. Flicker, Sacred Hammer, and Jikundo guarantees us the kill. It even forces a counter Flicker as well. So it's like, yes, you burn 2, but you get 1 in response and the first blood. Big value there. And now they have control of this lane. Because Alice is again, very similar to the idea of not really doing much early on. Has to scale up, needs the blood orb. So it's going to take a while for her to come online too.
Yep, we're going to focus here in the middle lane. It's going to be Lunox or Atlas, but it seems like Lunox will be clearing that mid wave again, but she has to be careful. But Atlas is there actually to... Here comes Atlas. So far, nothing as of yet. Just trying to even each other out.
I'm looking for the Hypers to hit 4 first. Of course, Clint's level 4 is like meh. It's nice. It speeds up your farm, makes it more efficient, but it's not super ideal for team fighting. As you see Win again bullying out his opponent time and time again. He's been having like the better half of these matchups whenever he's on 1-1. Now has to be careful though. Does not have the space here. Will get caught out under the tier 1. Almost goes down. Is forced to pop the battle spell just to stay alive.
Yep. Wow. Brody was there, but what do you call this? He was late coming into the party, so if not, they're going to secure that kill on the 1-1. But it seems like CW will be securing the first turtle, and I believe Clean, like what you mentioned before, like they know that Clean is not going to be doing anything much in the early game, so they're just going to, you know, farm.
This is actually really good for SP to find a counterplay here, because by taking out the tier 1, yes, your opponents get the first turtle, but now 1-1 doesn't have like a safe base to retreat to, so you can consistently start diving her every time she overreaches. And I think this lane now is a lot better for the Yu Zhong in this matchup. Earlier we saw him getting punished, but now he's going to be feeling good every time the 1-1 pushes up. This also forces CW to like rotate down a bit more. College West, like IT College West, need to be careful that the 1-1 doesn't get caught.
Yeah, in terms of Yu Zhong against 1-1, who is better at laning it?
Who is better at laning? Early on 1-1, but I think just because of the range and her ability to consistently kite you out, definitely better in the lane. But because she doesn't have that tier 1, SP roaming down means that 1-1 is dead, which also means that CW have to make this counterplay. We need to keep leaning towards the 1-1 lane just in case they dive her. So it forces the Cho to be playing on an island now.
Alright, so it seems like both teams will be converging there in the bottom 1-1. Yu Zhong there with that Dragon Tail, getting that life, still popping that Black Dragon, I believe. Trying to save himself, not engaging as of yet, so yep, so both teams will be resetting, but
it's very important though, because there's going to be a turtle coming up in like 30 seconds, and without the Black Dragon form, like IT College West feel very comfortable just posturing around it, right? They don't have to start it, they can just move around, get control of the area, set up in these bushes, and without Black Dragon form, a big ultimate, College West actually has the initiative here.
Yep, so we're gonna be here up in the middle. There's a nice Secret Hammer there pushing away Atlas. Here comes Brody with that Kagura using that umbrella, that Sime umbrella, trying to save his teammates, and Kagura is gonna recall. And instead of going down to the bottom, it seems like SP will be converging up top. I think they want to secure that kill on Cho.
They could try, but he's very mobile. I'm not sure if they can kill him under the tier 1. And the reason why SP make this rotation up is because they didn't have Black Dragon form. So they know they can't contest the turtle. So they have to make a cross map play somewhere else. Like this is by all accounts the right choice of action if they can get this tier 1. Whether they do so is a different question though.
There you go, Atlas there, trying to be in the front line, zoning out Kagura and Cho at the same time, which is 3 of the other heroes. Is going to be trying to secure that T1, but it seems like Clint will secure that second turtle of the game, and it seems like it's going to be 3v1 here. They are trying to get this Yu Zhong. Will they have enough firepower? There you go. Speaking of firepower, crossbow of Tang has been activated, securing that kill. So, yep, there you go. Yu Zhong goes down. They will secure this T1 turret at the bottom. So 1-for-1 in terms of objective.
1-for-1 kills, 1-for-1 turrets. But right now, this mid is going to fall. And SP are the ones that come out ahead, right? So, yes, College West get the turtle, but they lose their tier 1. And this is kind of deadly because we talked about this. Both the 1-1 and the Clean need to scale up. When you lose that mid tier 1, a lot of your jungle is now dangerous to farm because they can walk in and just punish you. So it's harder for IT College West to start scaling up into the late game, whereas I think SP are very confident making moves. They're confident walking into the jungle, they're confident looking for these fights, especially now that Brody can fight. IT College West need to play a bit more reserved, a bit more scared. They cannot step up without control of areas, and they need to be a bit more conservative with their movements.
There you go, Cho popping that Way of Dragon, but actually pushing away Alice. No support coming in from the teammate, but it seems like both teams will be converging up here. Will we see a fight? Brody's there. Brody standing in the front lines. I call Brody the sneezing hero.
The sneezing hero?
Yeah, because his UI basically, hold on. That's just gonna be pop. So Brody's UI is basically
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh, hold on.
Oh, nice Fatal Links there. Getting two teammates. Brody with that torn apart memory. Saw that combo wombo coming in. So there was a nice fight coming in from SP.
Sneezed all over them. Gave him the big old COVID, and they weren't vaccinated, so they went down.
Okay, Win trying to get that. No, Brody with that securing kill. I believe Dulox wants to pop that Darkening, but he's trying to give that kill to Brody. So
this is what happens when you don't have control of your tier 1.
Yep.
SP, although they did lose theirs, they're able to set up the wave, set up push in, and punish IT College West for stepping up, especially because you have Atlas, right? Every time you walk into Atlas or he gets the drop on you, Fatal Links into a chain fight, you get yanked into these things. And you don't want to be there. You don't want to be taking these 3-on-3s, but SP are the ones that are forcing these fights because of the Atlas.
Yep, seems like they are having the slight advantage here. And they are right to be playing aggressive. So CW basically now it's in the defensive side of things.
BOD completed for the Clint. It's good timing right now. 7.5 minutes where he feels like he's strong, but he's not actually strong. You need 2 more items. I think you want endless battle here at least before you start fighting. And it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. Like I said, even at this point, you still feel a bit like a ballista as opposed to an actual hero.
Wow, Cho securing that kill on Alice. These two heroes have been going at it since since the very beginning, and Cho has that win here. Okay, so it's gonna be here in the bottom lane. Seems like, yep, no fights coming in. I think CW, what they are doing right, I feel that they are not engaging in any unnecessary fights.
That's the thing. Yep. You're not supposed to fight because Clint and 1-1 aren't online yet. If anything, you allow Cho to play hyper aggressive. Like what he did earlier, got the kill on Alice, got the tier 1. And it forces SP to rotate and deal with the Cho. While doing that, you buy space for your carries to farm, and then they come online, right? So we talked about mid-game bridge, mid-game kind of hero that can do that. The Cho is the one that's doing it right now. If you can get them to the late game point, even better. But it takes a while for his teammates to scale up.
Alright, so it seems like when we talk about late game, right? It seems like ITCW will be having
Fatal Links
securing 2 there. But here comes the Yin Yang overturn there on the side of Kagura. Double kill secured there by Brody with that torn apart memory. So there was a huge initiation fight coming in from Atlas.
Like I said, they keep getting yanked into these fights even though they don't want to fight. The Atlas sees the window, he hits them with the Fatal Links and pulls them in. And yes, you're able to get a counter kill with the Clint onto one member, but you're powerless to stop this Lord because SP are the ones with the initiative. SP are the ones that are online right now, right? Their fight feels so good because Lunox has Lightning Truncheon and the Clock of Destiny more or less done. And then you combo that with the Atlas and the Yuzhong. These fights are so scary. Whereas Clint and 1-1 are trying to poke you pew pew, but they don't do anything.
I like that pew pew.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. So Lord will be secured by SP. That's no surprise there coming in from SP just because they have the advantage and they have been super aggressive since the very beginning. ITCW is looking at just waiting for Clint and 1-1 to get online. So yeah, it's the only thing ITCW can do is just basically protect the base.
The 1-1 is very delayed because remember early in, I think it was 2.5, 3 minutes in, they took her tier 1. Right, and she doesn't have that secure base to farm. She's not able to really push up and punish the Yuzhong in that lane. As a result, she's scaling very slowly. She's kind of behind compared to the Yuzhong, who was able to farm under his tier 1 very safely. This is the problem right now for CW. Windtalker is done for the 1-1. It's another big item. It's a good item to have. Is it enough at this current point in the game as we see Wind getting jumped on?
There you go, Black Dragon there trying to...
nice.
But 1-1 manages to activate a crossbow of tank. Implosion Flicker
nice.
With the Sacred Hammer. Nice combo wombo Cho with that Way of Dragon. Securing that kill. Nice combo there by Fatal Links. Atlas. One more. Atlas is the only sole survivor there. Here comes Clint. Clint securing that Maniac.
Wow.
Wow, Clint is online.
Okay. Look at how that fight started, by the way. So they dive too deep for the 1-1. Crossbow tank makes her invulnerable, gets the kill, resets, backs off, right? And then SP feel like they need to make a play. They walk up, implosion, flicker into the Sacred Hammer. It's the counter engage you're looking for with the Tigreal. Yep. At that point, anything the SP do is just trying to cut losses and run. You hit the 4-man Fatal Links, but where's the damage? Where's everyone? They're all dead. Doesn't do anything. And then SP are left, with their tails between their legs, having to flee from that fight. They get wiped out. College West now, this composition, we talked about them coming online, 11.5 minutes. You look at 1-1, you look at Clint, you feel confident fighting around them. The Tigreal is like, I will be your tank, you know?
Yep, exactly. And look at Clint, stealing that purple buff away, and Cho at the same time was there stealing the orange buff. Brody so Cho at the orange buff and just, not going to engage that red buff, so that orange buff, sorry.
Yeah.
So there you go. CW, this is where they want to be.
Yes.
So they have to keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly the items we were looking for, right? BOD, Endless Battle. Perfect. Like, here is when you start feeling good. And speaking of feeling good, Swan1 is able to get his ultimate off. He's buying a lot of time. If he gets a trade kill, it's going to be big. Here comes the Tigreal looking for a re-engage with his team. He doesn't really find the angle. In fact, falling very low. He's going to die before he can do anything. It's a 2-for-0, and here comes the Black Dragon form. College West, I think they bit off more than they can chew, and now they're choking, they're suffocating, and they're getting punished. 3 members did for College West.
Yeah, but it's not too bad though, because Cho is pushing here in the bottom lane and Clint survived that onslaught coming in.
True.
So it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
He's up, he's able to defend. Whether Singapore Polytechnic can really do anything with those kills is the question, right? I think they pick up mid-tier 2 and then back off here, maybe set up for the Lord. Don't think they can push for an hit. That's like kind of greedy. Almost everyone from College West is up already.
Yep, so it seems like it's ITECW putting in that pressure in the beginning, but now it flips. So SP having this aggression coming in here in the late game. So I believe 33 seconds before the second Lord spawns.
Yep. And 1-1 here, he's embracing the American spirit. It is 4th of July. Yeah. So he's just picked up a new gun. And he's looking to empower himself in these team fights now.
Alright, Cho have that first win there, securing that kill, but it's going to go again. Alice escaped from that fight with Cho. It seems like SP there, will Cho get caught off guard there? Darkening was actually used, but nope, it doesn't bring down Cho. And seems like ITCW will be on the safe side in defending the base.
Clint actually takes this pretty quick. If he has a tank just sit there for him to like kind of soak the damage, he finishes off the Lord pretty quickly. So if you're SP, you kind of have to be careful of a sneak here. Like just respect the fact that they have a lot of DPS and don't allow them to take the Lord. In fact, you should be playing to the top side, which they are, to make sure that this is secured by them. IT College West don't think they're in a position to contest this because they don't have the waves pushed out. And this should be a free Lord here for Singapore Polytechnic.
Yeah, and now that I realize some things, that they have Atlas on the side of SP, but ITECW, no one is using Purify. So I think that's one of the major reasons why they do not want to engage that
This
Lord.
is true. Yeah.
Alright, so it seems like Lord will be knocking up the top lane, and SP, I believe, will be clearing the waves.
They
for
need to
mid
play
and
the waves.
bottom.
Exactly.
And what do you think they should do? Should they engage together with Lord, or should they split push?
I think you split push. Like the number one thing that makes me angry as a caster is when teams have Lord but they don't sync up the waves. So like one wave crashes first and then the other 2 crashes like 30 seconds later. What they're doing now is perfect. All the waves are synced up. They have arrived at the same time. This forces IT College West to defend all 3 at the same time, right?
Yep.
And in that situation, it feels like a 7-on-5. You have to fight the waves, you have to fight the people pushing in, and now the engage coming in.
There you go. That was a nice Fatal Links, but look at that 1-1 with the crossbow of tank. Did not secure anyone. Yu Yong with that double kill on that Dragon Tail. That was huge coming in from that fight. So Inhibitor is going to go down up top. In the middle, look at that Cho securing that kill, but he is way up in front. But look at Clint there. Good idea to clear the wave.
Yep.
So nice defensive stand by ITECW.
Still, they're hanging on by a thread here, Hafiz. The synced up waves, which I was kind of, telling you about, punishes IT College West. All the inhibitors are down. There's nothing much they can really do here. Even when they defend and repel the GG push, they have to deal with like super empowered minions coming in now. Wave the Dragon, gets them a pick on the Yuzhong. Very good. Buy some more time. But they have to deal with the waves pushing in. And I think as long as SP take their time with this, don't overcommit for a bad fight, eventually all the waves are going to collapse again. And that's your GG push.
Yep. Before we look at that that fight coming in just now, Cho really wants that fight. Really wants that kill on that Yu Zhong, and he got it there for his teammate. So seems like now it's going to be 5v5. Everybody's up. No, sorry, Raining is down. Yu Zhong is out, so it's going to be 5v4.
Not 10 seconds, so not the worst thing in the world. SP can just kind of take the time with this, sync up all the ways first. What you want to do here is just start prepping, right? You don't want to push the waves too quickly. You want to make sure all the waves arrive at the same time. So you don't shove. You hit the wave slowly, slow push, and then on the count of 3, everyone just collapses the wave together.
Yeah, look at the goal difference. It's not huge at all. It's pretty similar.
Oh, hello.
Wow.
That's not supposed to happen.
Joe securing that kill on that Lunox at this late game. That's going to be costly. Lord is going to be out slightly more than a minute, but it seems like CW will be pushing that mid lane. And also Cho is going to clear that bottom lane. So
you look at the minimap right now. It's 1-1 that's collecting free farm in the top half, whereas the rest of his team is like, yeah, we'll just push the waves out. We know that you're 4v5. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop us from clearing the waves. And they've bought so much time that the next Lord now is going to be a very possible contest. College West can actually take their time to just move up to the next Lord after all the waves are synced up. They've alleviated a lot of the pressure coming in from losing 3 inhibitors just by finding that pick earlier onto the Lunox.
Yep, so it's going to be less than 40 seconds here. We're going to focus in the bottom. Seems like both teams will not be engaging any unnecessary fights as of yet. I believe both teams will be waiting for the Lord, and they were going to contest it now. So as you can see in the minimap itself, CW has already positioned themselves nicely in the bottom half of the map. Whoa, 1-1. Trying to steal that purple buff. Don't do that.
I don't like this. No, not like this. Okay, actually does a lot of damage to Yu Zhong. 5 seconds on the Lord. IT College West, like I said, they have the waves pushed, right?
Yep.
Cho is consistently pushing the bottom half, so they have perfect position on this. They've set up very well. It's even tougher for SP to come and contest this now, and still, eyes on the Atlas. Like, yes, they can contest if IT CW start this one up. Keep your eyes on the Atlas and how he approaches the fights.
Okay, so it seems like CW will be baiting that Lord here. Look at that Cho. Atlas coming in. Cho wants that Lunox, but Lunox popped the Brilliance to save herself. Atlas coming in there. But look at Lord. Lord is at 20% life right now, so both teams trying to engage, but Lord will be reset. And it seems like both teams will reset as well. So both these teams are really respecting one another.
The reason CW had to back off, they're like, IT College West were worried about getting caught by the Black Dragon form, which is why they don't want to walk up. Like, they don't want to get caught. Now that the ultimate is down, there's a flicker coming in.
Yep, I think Cho realized this, Atlas having that ulti, Fatal Links, and he will use that flicker to escape. But Lord again at 20% life. It seems like SP is in the front lines down here. Lord will be secured by that Darkening on the side of Lunox coming
Big
in.
fight.
Nice, huge coming in from 1-1, securing that kill. But Lunox, the late game monster, having that revenge kill. So it's going to be 1-for-1, but a huge win from SP because they have the Lord right now knocking up in the middle.
Yeah, they were able to like kind of just jerry-rig a way to get the Lord away from CW, even though they don't have Black Dragon form. Like, normally without the ultimate, it's like, you can't fight that, right? But they're able to kind of steal it away under the nose of IT College West, and they even get a 1-for-1 trade afterwards, which is great because 1-1 would have loved to like just have dealt with this Lord. Now it's your Clint that has to deal with this, and that's a problem. College West, they can't really sit here and just hit the Lord for free.
Yep, exactly. I'm actually looking at Tigreal there. Will he get that flicker implosion in? But he's gonna heal himself. But look at Lord hitting that crystals. Lord's gonna go down there. But here comes Lunox popping that Darkening. There was a nice Fatal Links there. Only managed to secure that Tigreal. But that's actually
more than enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. More than enough.
More than enough. All you need to do is kill the Tigreal, right? And SP, they kind of took their time with it. You know, they didn't really push as aggressively as I wanted them to. And that's largely because, you know, they were kind of meandering around the last Lord for a while. Overall, though, I kind of, you know, look at this match going the way it was supposed to. It's weird to say, it sounds mean, but College West, you know, they've been, 0-3 so far, now they're 0-4. It's been tough. They came out with guns blazing in game 1. Gave us this false hope because they abused the X and the X board combo that we talked about, right? But then now it's banned out. They go back to normal form. It's like Super Saiyan mode over, Hyper mode over. Now we go back to normal.
Yeah, I believe when they go for the Xbox, they kind of believe that, okay, I don't think they're going to ban the Xbox. You know, it's not a worthy ban, but it seems like Xbox is a worthy ban. So Xbox was taken away from them. There you go.
And that is going to be Singapore Polytechnic taking our first BO3 for today. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have 2 more, but before we go for a break, we kind of talked about this earlier, Hafiz. You know, if you guys want to stand a chance to win a $100 Uniqlo gift card, stay tuned because we'll be asking a question right now
Yep.
and one at the end of game 2. And if you answer both correct in Twitch chat, I believe the answering format will be provided by our mods. I believe it's the answer hashtag Uniqlo to stand a chance to win those prizes. If you answer both correctly, we'll be picking one lucky winner to receive a $100 Uniqlo gift card. And the question for today is, whose line is this? Welcome to the greatest magic show of all time. Which hero says this? Put it in chat right now with your answer, hashtag Legion. Who says this line? Welcome to the greatest magic show of all time. If you guys know, you should be answering right now.
Yep.
You have to answer this question and the one later on as well. Both of them have to be correct in order to stand a chance to win this, and you should be typing in chat. During the break, when we come back, I believe the polls will close, so
Yep.
try your best to answer as quickly as possible. We'll be going for a short break. We will have game of the second BO3 up for you in a short moment. But for now, we'll be going for a short water break, toilet break. Maybe have a bit of food.
Yep.
When we come back, we will have Murdoch University going up against NTU. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. me again.
Welcome back, Mobile Legends Bang Bang fans. Good afternoon to you guys. So I'm Physicast, and with me I have Daryl Cast being your casters for today. So welcome again to Campus Legends Season number 3, week number 4, proudly organized by SCOGA and Esports Academy. So before this, you saw the ad on Uniqlo, the Thank You Festival. So it's going to be happening 2nd of July till the 15th of July. And Daryl, you want to talk a bit more about it?
Yeah, I mean, so this is kind of like their way of giving back to the people, right? It's a biannual festival. They're giving back to the people for supporting them. And I think if you spend at least $80 online or in the shop, you stand a chance to win one of their spin to win lucky draws, as well as some curated gifts that they'll be giving away. I saw on the website. It looks like, how do I describe this? Like, Japanese kind of like wrapping cloths. So you buy a gift, you spend at least $80. They kind of put in this nice wrapping cloth, as well as you have other gifts that are given to you for the Thank You Festival. So that's going on right now. I believe it is going on right now. Yep, it's the 4th already. I was like, okay, I hope it's going. Yeah, it's happening from the 2nd to 15th, so it is ongoing right now. So that is going to be awesome. That's going to be happening at all their stores, as well as the online platforms. So do head on over to check that out if you guys are interested. And also in the center of your screen, you can see I'm trying to point. There is a QR code for you guys to scan, and if you scan it, it comes up as a app on your phone. So you can download that on the App Store, and you stand a chance to win Airism mask when you do make your first purchase, as well as you get $5 off with the app. So free stuff is best stuff. I'm a very Singaporean. I'm very Singaporean at heart, so I'm a big fan of all of that. So do all head on over to download the app and support Uniqlo. They've been very nice sponsoring us, making sure that Campus Legends has been successful so far. Has been really great, and outfitted us with this sports utility wear, as well as the formal attire that we wear once in a while.
Once in a while.
The weather is like pretty hot nowadays, so we just kind of like alternate back and forth. And this is pretty comfy too,
But the most important thing is stylish and comfort.
Yeah.
There you go, Uniqlo.
We had a whole bit about like Hafiz supposed to like model and like do poses. Maybe we'll do that like in the third game, right?
Yeah,
Maybe we'll do that in the third game.
Yep.
But for now, guys, we're waiting to jump into the drafting phase for game number 2. It is going to be It's going to be Murdoch versus NTU.
Yep.
We're waiting for a place to get into the lobby. We're trying to get into the draft as soon as possible.
Yep.
To recap our viewers for what happened in our first BO3, it was, of course, Singapore Polytechnic that took the win in all 3 in the third game. They went all 3 games, and Singapore Polytechnic were the victors.
Yep.
IT College West, they came up with flamethrowers blazing in game 1. They played this interesting new variation of Xbox, and it found them success in game 1. But once it was banned out in game 2 and game 3, it started to disappear. So we'll see if either of these teams decide to pull it out. NTU versus Murdoch, it's going to be up on your screen. Whether they decide to pull in that the kind of unique strategy is going to be up for debate here.
All right, so we're going to go into the draft lobby. Murdoch 0-2 against NTU 3-0. So here we go. The second series of the game, first game for the second series, Murdoch on the left side and NTU on the right. Seems like right off the bat, Xbox.
Okay, yeah, you know what, they've been watching. They've been following. They know what's up. Eve on the other side, still a relatively strong ban, I think. Just very frustrating to deal with in terms of her area control. Popo and Koopa, no surprise. Is it going to be Selena here? Maybe Jawhead? I feel like if they're going to be very meta, Eudora coming in. We talked about Group B. It's a bit more of a try-hard group. They like to play meta. They don't like to play the Rojak style composition. So all things we see here are things we expect to be tier 1 and banned out.
Jawhead, Selena?
Maybe. Matilda. Oh, Matilda's open too, so
Okay.
And I do like the Matilda. I kind of described her as the way you can get a return ticket into fights. So ability to ferry people in and out of safety, as well as being a primary engage, is very strong. Response here should be the Lunox coming in. Maybe you go Lunox Granger here. Lunox Jawhead, of course. Jawhead's open. You take Jawhead.
Yep, I believe Jawhead will be the tank for Team NTU, and Lunox is secured. And let's see what's going to be the next 2 pick for Murdoch before we go into the second banning phase for them. Alice. Okay.
I think you'd go Alice and Hyper here. Considering you have Matilda, you don't really want the Selena. Yep. So Alice and Hyper is good. Granger's tier 1. Granger, Roger, Yi Sun-shin. My 3 like holy trinity of Hypers, in my opinion.
All right, let's see what's going to be the first phase last pick for Team NTU. They can actually secure their Hyper if they want to. If not, Murdoch would definitely ban another hero from the Hyper pool.
There you go, Yi Sun-shin.
YSS
call. Now this kind of makes things a bit tricky. Like, what is going to be the final ban for both sides, right? For NTU, they already have a tank and potentially a mid or off lane. I think you continue banning tanks out here. For the side of NTU, you could go for Cho, I think, as a ban. Wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't feel too awful to ban out Cho here.
Yep.
Pulapu, okay. Offlane then, okay.
The bravest warrior will be banned out. Murdoch, the last ban for Murdoch will be they can ban an offlane as well if they want to.
Well, the thing is, the Lunox could go offlane, so I feel like you ban Mage here. Chang'e is pretty good, Kagura is pretty good. You probably don't want either of those in the pool right now, especially against Alice. Instead, it's going to be Benedetta. Okay, so both teams just targeting the offlane.
Well, Benedetta so far, 100% banned.
Yeah.
Yep, first game, second game. So we will not be seeing her again. So let's see what's going to be the pick on the side of NTU. I believe it's going to be like what Hungry is going to say. It's going to be support. Mage.
Oops. My pen. No.
No.
It's gonna be lost. It's okay. We'll pick up later. Yeah, support mage. I feel like it's the play here. You kind of have to review that now, especially because it's one of those things where like you don't. Welcome to the what? What was that? Was that something we said earlier?
Yep.
Okay. I wonder who that is. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so
it's gonna be Harley coming in here again with the Yi Sun-shin. I'm curious if this is gonna be like a mid-mage Harley, or if they're gonna flex Yi Sun-shin somewhere. Like in theory, it should be a mage Harley. Yeah, right? It shouldn't be a hyper jungle Harley.
Yep. Seems like he's not gonna be because he's not having that retribution. Ruby will be secured for NTU, and the final 2 pick for Murdoch will be the Imperial Justice coming in from Sylvana. I believe it's gonna be the off lane, and Bellaric.
Bellaric tank's pretty good actually. I feel like with this comp, you have a decent team fight composition. Like Sylvana rubs me the wrong way, but I do like Bellaric a lot more. Her Imperial Justice cooldown was nerfed quite a few times, and like for you to lock down one person, the only person you want to lock down with this composition is Harley. Either Harley or Yi Sun-shin if you can get to him. But like Harley, you want to lock him down so he's not like annoyingly mobile in team fights. Yeah.
Alright, welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is the second series of the game. The first game for Murdoch versus NTU. So it seems like both teams will be going that. Okay, so far it seems like it's going to be 1-3-1 composition. So no longer sorry, NTU is going to be going for that 2-2-1 composition. So Hungry, take it away. What are they doing here in early game?
I mean, Yi Sun-shin is going to be flash farming. So what you want to do here with the Harley, and Harley is one of those few like heroes that can get early push and not be pressured out, especially against Matilda. So he's still going to get shoved in, but you want to create space for the Yi Sun-shin to flash farm the jungle as much as possible. Meanwhile, here in this lane, dude, if anyone dies here, I'll be so upset. This is the most boring lane ever.
The battle of the mages, and there you go, Alice using that blood ode to escape. And we're going to focus here up in the middle, Jawhead there, being in the front line, trying to open up the map actually for both YSS and Harley.
Yeah. In terms of speed right now, you can see that they're matching each other relatively well. It's just that Murdoch has spent some more time. Early in the game, we saw the Bellaric give Granger a bit of a hand in the jungle. So, oh, there you go. Actually, finding a kill here. I talked about it in a 1v1. You know, it was the most boring lane, but never said anything about a 2v1 or 3v1 in this case.
What was better than the kill was that Jawhead ejecting Harley away. Oh my god, that's fun. That was a nice ejector coming in from Jawhead, but then again, Harley without that level 4 still manages to secure the kill. So level 4 here for Harley. He's going to recall back, and we're going to focus here up top. Mountain Chopper has been activated there. Look at that, Bellaric trying to escape, but don't run, Wolf King there by Ruby securing that kill. It's going to be 3v1 here, 3v2, sorry. Sylvana is there, so they're going to cut this wave. And here comes Matilda.
That's a smart move, cutting the wave, because now you have to soak an extra wave while NTU can set up around this turtle right now. Level 4 on the Harley is very scary. You kind of have to respect the damage on this mid-mage right now. He has a lot of one-shot potential, especially because the only tanky, quote-unquote tanky member is the Belleric.
Wow, that was a nice cut in there by Belleric, absorbing the ulti from that Harley, but Ejector have ejected Belleric into that fight. So Belleric is going to go down. Yep. So it seems like 1-for-0 there, and Turtle is still up for grabs here.
Yeah, again, the only kind of tanky person in that lineup was the Belleric, and for some strange reason, NTU decided, yeah, we'll try it all in the Belleric with the Harley, right? It's not the play there. They needed to be looking for like the Granger or possibly even the Matilda, but they were unable to find the target. Still, they're back onto the turtle. This is Ishan Chin, does it very quickly. No issue there, especially when you can micro and swap between range and melee. Do it very, very fast.
So he secured the first turtle of the game and securing that little wanderer as well. Seems like there's going to be a fight coming in. Flicker has been used by Lunox. 3v1, Granger is there. He still has his Death Sonata. So he's going to secure that crab, and I don't think they're going to jump into Lunox right now.
Still has the Brilliance, so it's really tough to dive Lunox because of the evasion, but meanwhile we saw the Sylvana die, Harley found a pick. Again, Harley can kill almost anyone right now, apart from the Belleric, so you just have to be very respectful of how he's like, you know, moving around the map essentially. Slippery.
Yep, Harley there, all alone. But look at Jawhead. Jawhead is at the tier 1 turret, so far away. Now he's trying to escape there, but he has Harley coming in. There you go, up top. Nice. I'm offended there, trying to pull away Sylvana from the Imperial Justice. Harley's going to kill on that Alice. Mountain Shocker has been activated to open up the map for his teammates, and I believe Ruby is not going to be engaging in this fight.
I love what I'm seeing from NTU so far. 5-1-0 on this Harley. The way they're playing it is more of like a roaming assassin, right? He pushes the wave as quickly as possible, moves into the jungle, finds a stray target, and then kills him instantly. Getting online now is a lot scary because of the Twin Shadow Blades too. And with that new item, if you guys don't know, after a certain period of not taking damage, you do bonus damage, right? Which is insane. Like, of course, this is how you want to play Harley. You want to roam around and assassinate people in the jungle.
Yep, look at that Jawhead trying to get the ejector on that orange buff. Granger is there, however, but nice circling eagle there by Matilda, but no support coming in, and she pays the price. Nice ejector. YSS is there together with Harley, the main damage dealer, so double kill on Harley. So NTU here is really on the aggressive side.
Dude, this guy's sitting at 3.8k. Like, his core is sitting at 3k, so he's actually a lot more farm than Hyper on his team. He's been getting a lot of the kills, right? This is why he has that goal lead. For the most part, they're controlling the mid game with the Harley. As long as they can rotate around him and find the squishies, basically anyone that isn't Belleric, you have very good control on these objectives.
Yep, but the thing is, look at that Jawhead. Okay, before we focus on that minimap, Alice is going to go up against. Here comes the Imperial Justice, misses that. Jawhead manages to escape there, but securing the kill as well. But here comes Granger there. Does he have his Death Sonata? I don't think so. Here comes that Jawhead again. Flicker and ejector. Granger is going to go down, and that Smart Missile securing that kill, and they're going to get this purple buff. Why not?
Did Yusachin steal that? If he did, that's kind of like a horrible teammate move, as we see a kill coming here. Alice goes down, but so does the Lunox. It did take a lot of attention from Murdoch to come down to get the counter kill. At least they put themselves on the board. They have 2 kills now to the 12 of NTU. And as long as, like I said, as long as Harley is moving around, controlling stuff, they will kill people. Look at this. Look at the damage coming in. Mountain Shocker as well. He's going to juke back. Couldn't land the full range of the cards, so was unable to find the solo there. But you see the threat, right? You see the threat.
Yeah. Wow, NTU here is really on the roll, but what really surprised me is look at that Jawhead. He has been standing there deep end like for the past 3 minutes, and if you are allowed to do that, wow, it seems like NTU is not respecting the defense coming in from Murdoch as well. Wow, Ralph of Direct was used, but to no avail. I didn't believe they really did that.
He outed, but he caught no one. And it happens to the best of us, so we'll just move on. We'll call it a zoning ultimate. It's just still, the problem here for Murdoch is always going to be there, ever present. Good catch though, they're jumping in. Actually, look at this, turning around. Oh my goodness, the backline. They find the Belleric, and now they're cleaning up. They get the Alice as well. having to back off. NTU, they don't want to overcommit. They still want this tier 2. Potentially the inhibitor as well. Harley does not have the ultimate, so it's hard to just jump in and one-shot someone. But with 4 members here, with 5 members here, they should be able to take down this inhibitor.
Yep, they will take down this inhibitor up in the middle. So there's going to be 2 inhibitor left. Here you go, brilliant. Here comes the Imperial Justice. That was a nice catch, but look at Lunox securing that kill with that Darkening. Here comes Alice trying to get in the front line. Lunox with that double kill there. Harley trying to get that kill on the Alice. Alice will flicker out, so it's going to be... Yep, 3, 4, 2, straight off, and the middle... what do you call this? Middle wave will be coming in. I don't think NTU needs a lot here.
I mean, it's still very early in the game. Everyone's just respawning now, so they can't GG push, but they could just move over to take the big objective here. Essentially, NTU, they have full control, right? They are like close to 10k gold ahead, so a lot of that is resting on the carries. Jawhead here just being annoying, trying to buy some time for his team while they move over. Unnecessary. I would say unnecessary. But when you're this far ahead, it's just I'll call it ego play, a style play.
Oh my god. 3 ultimates wasted on that Jawhead.
They really want him to die. They really want him to die.
Okay, so it seems like NTU, they're securing that, I think that second.
Oh, look at that! Maybe. Oh. Okay. Yep, this is what we're talking about, right? I think because he is so far ahead, he's like 6.6. Yes, Yisun-Shin's caught up. He's been flash farming, but for the most part, if he finds a squishy, they die. It's because of the twin Shadow Blades, right? It feels so good, and the feather as well. Like, you have to be careful. You have to respect the spacing. The Wrath of Dryad there, not really gonna do anything.
Oh my god, there you go. Imperial Justice was used, but she got Justice served on herself. So she's gonna go down, and look at that minion wave coming in the bottom, hitting that base. Here comes Jawhead with the unstoppable force.
Ooh,
and
ejector.
That ejector on that Granger. This is definitely gonna be a GG team wipeout, sir. There you go. The Battle Rig is not gonna do anything.
It's
For
so
now, he's
early.
gonna go down. Yep.
In the game that he outed, died, and then came back and outed again. That's how early it is in the game, right? It's like 9.5, and they're still trying to pad their KDAs. They want the stats a little bit more, but NTU in a very dominating fashion.
Yep.
With the Harley, again, you know, we see an appearance of new items, making a very big difference in the game, Twin Shadow Blades. Once he pops onto someone, like he gap closes, he throws his ult down, the cards fly out. It's like you know you're donezo, right?
Yep.
And there's very little, I think, for Murdoch to do to counterplay that. Like they can try, but being isolated equals death. Like there's no response to that. Yeah.
Wow. So huge win, 25-5. Not an even matchup at all.
Yeah, I want to say it was even. I want to try and like find some way in for Murdoch, but it was a tough one, right?
Yep.
And how do you come back from this? I think the Harley isn't necessarily the issue. It's not inherently a big problem. The player who played it well, you know. I think it was Air that played it well, you know, good job, well executed, but it's more of like a fundamental like team thing. The fact that they allowed him to kind of just roam around the map and punish them because they were squishies just goes to show that I think on a whole, Murdoch might need to just sync up better. The thing about punishing Harley is like if he's walking around trying to find solo kills, you need to send 3 members and like just straight up kill him when he walks up to you.
Yep, and the thing that I worry about Murdoch here is this. Like, the draft picks that they have, like Belleric and some of them, is basically, you can tell that it's a comfortable pick for them, right? If it's comfortable pick for them and they cannot win this game, what can they do in the next game? You get what I mean?
My man, he went there. Hafiz just went there. Right? He's like, you know, if this is how they play at their best on their comfort, what's next? You know, how are they going to lose even harder? Is what he's trying to say, right? But I think there is some value in playing like meta, and hopefully in game 2, you know, the draft should be coming up soon. Hopefully in game 2, they understand the value of picking certain meta picks. Like Jawhead is popular for a reason, right? The way you found those, like he found those engages, goes to show why Jawhead is so valued by a lot of teams. Similar to Selena, hitting a good Abyssal Arrow just feels good. It's a win condition for your team. These picks are popular for a reason. They're strong for a reason. Maybe just, you know, take a page out of your opponent's playbook and draft them for your team. Even though they might not be comfort, they're strong for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have your comfort picks, probably play heroes that you are, like, it's technically easy.
Yeah.
You know, so I know, maybe. You know, I just...
But Layla, you're going to say Layla?
Well, Layla can
Get out here. Alright, I think the draft phase is on the way. Let's take a look at that. No Layla. No Layla at all.
No Layla.
Yeah.
So here you go. NTU is going to be on the left side now. Murdoch is going to be on the right. Eudora again so far 100% bans here.
Yeah, similar to the Benedetta, I think there have been both these picks have been 100% pick ban, right? I think Eudora has picked up in game 1 of the day.
Yep.
So it's 100% pick ban. Eve again, no surprise here, and this is the part where you decide whether you want to ban export as NTU. You can leave it open. You can leave it open and then force Murdoch to ban it out, and if they don't, you first pick it.
Yep.
That's something that teams tend to do when they're on blue side. Alternatively, you can just ban it and just play your normal game. Instead, they will ban Popo and Cooper, and now Murdoch is forced to respond.
Well, will we see an Xbox? Will we see an Xbox ban here?
Yep.
Oh, so no Xbox for NTU.
Forces them to ban it. So now the response here is like, okay, we get whatever we want. I think first pick jaw hit here is really good, just because NTU has shown how comfortable they are on like that pick and how they can start fights. Harley is not necessarily first pick worthy. I think Matilda or jaw hit both work very well. Maybe they just value the safety a lot more, right? Like I said, Matilda is one of the few heroes in the game that gives you a get out of jail free card. Allows you to just like leave the fight once you coordinate with your teammates. So there's a lot of value there.
So Matilda will be secured by NTU, which means it's open up 2 slots for Murdoch. They want that Harley.
Okay. It's not, again, it does not feel like them picking Harley is a statement, more so is a counter pick. Just we don't want to do that, so we're just gonna take that out.
Okay. So with that retribution, I believe mid laner.
Yeah, maybe hyper Harley. I mean, it remains to be seen, right? It really remains to be seen. There's no like way they need to hard commit it just yet. Like what we saw earlier, it could be mid, it could be hyper in the jungle as well. Yeah.
All right, so Hilda will be the second pick for Murdoch.
More skirmishing, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to make sense of this because the way that Murdoch drafts to me seems like kind of what you said. You're spot on, right? They like to draft comfort picks. They like to draft things that they think work in their team. Hilda is not like a tier 1 right now, you know.
Yeah.
And well, neither is Guinevere, but you know.
Okay, so it's going to be Beatrix and Selena coming on the side of NTU. Beatrix with that flick go lane.
Go lane. Yeah.
Yep.
Like teams this tournament have been playing stuff like, oh, you know, first pick Guinevere, early pick, you know, Hilda, this kind of things. Like, it's more of a comfort thing, and like what Julian said, Rojak, as opposed to meta. And like exactly that, like Franco, like dude, is this meta? No. Is this comfortable for them? Yeah, probably. You know, it's not something that they hide up their sleeve and like, okay, we're gonna last pick this and it's gonna surprise you. No, they just pick it early because they like it.
Yep. So Murdoch with that Rojak meta, if you will. And I'm really going for Murdoch. I just
oh, you look at this now, you're like a Murdoch fan, right?
I'm a Murdoch fan. Like I don't know. It kind of adds value to the live stream. Like it's not meta heavy, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It's interesting in the sense that like if you hit a good hook, you definitely do punish. But at the same time, the same is true for the Selena. You hit a good arrow, you also definitely do punish.
Yeah.
So I do see like a lot of linear skill shot threats on both sides, or line skill shots rather.
Alright, so Jawhead and Alice will be their final bans. Kagura will be Murdoch's, and let's see what's the final pick for NTU. They are missing.
Granger's open. Why didn't I mean they could put Beatrix in the jungle, but okay, it's gonna be carry here. I don't necessarily like this above the Granger just because now you're funneling your team into like double scaling marksman late game, right? Between Beatrix and carry, you're like, okay, we're not gonna fight until we get our items, right? Whereas with Granger, you could still fight early on. Still feels okay. Rojak. Okay, this is less Rojak. Angela here, okay.
Wow, no marksman composition from Team Murdoch, so
it's gonna be the Harley that's responsible for most of the damage here.
Yep, and well, I believe the hard guard coming in from Angela can be with Hilda.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the only person, apart from Franco is kind of iffy still. It's like, if you hard guard a Franco, you feel kind of bad. But you could put it on Hilda, you could put it on Harley too, if he overextends. So the idea there is, like, if Harley decides to jump in aggressively, and he's scared of, you know, getting one shot, just immediately throw the hard guard on him and buy him some level of safety with the love taps as well as the crowd control coming from the Angela.
Yep, exactly. When you look at Team Murdoch, no marksman set. This means that they got to start aggressive.
Yeah.
They cannot push this to the late game, right?
It's basically inverse compositions. For Murdoch, it's like, we want to fight as early as possible. Like level 4, we got ultimates, we go. For NTU, they want to take this to the late game. And if they do snowball early, they don't have to really think about the late game. The thing about these compositions is, like when you have double marksman, it's a ticking time bomb, right?
Yep.
And all Murdoch is trying to do is just, diffuse it early on. NTU, they're trying to just speed up the process of the fuse going off.
Yep. Wow, look at that damage coming in early game from that Beatrix on the Kagura. And we're going to focus here on the bottom lane. It's going to be 2v1, but Franco here saw that, and he's going to rotate up in the bottom, whilst Matilda and Ruby will focus on that middle. So yeah, I think like what you mentioned, both Hypers is going to be focusing on that level 4, but that Matilda almost secured that purple, but purple Harley with the retribution.
Pretty scary there. It's a bit of touch and go moment for Murdoch University, but they still get the purple buff, and that's all good and dandy. You can see on the map that they're pushing up mid, they being NTU, right? They're pushing up mid and trying to get something done here. This is the thing about Selena. You need lane priority. You need to be able to set up with your teammates for those arrows.
Yep, so it's going to be still. I think the bottom lane is just going to offset themselves. Selena with that miss on that Abyssal Arrow on Angela. But here comes Harley hitting that level 4. Selena's going to go down. First blood on Angela with that kill still.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay. They do the right things here. Murdoch University, they understand that level 4 is the goal. The goal window, they need to start forcing things. Unfortunately, they lose the Kagura in the top side. Jumping in here, he might just get punished. They don't really have any control for the Harley. They have a nuke, but it's pretty much it.
Yep, so we're going to focus here on Ruby. Ruby is all alone for now. It seems like the first turtle will be in the bottom half of the map. It seems like NTU there, trying to get that turtle. So they're going to start it off. It seems like Murdoch. Harley is in the top lane, so I believe this is going to be a no contest turtle.
Yeah, there's no way for him to really come down.
Yeah.
They timed it very well, by the way, because they knew like the timings of when the Harley would rotate to the top half of the jungle and then come back down, knowing what his path was like because Selena had early information. Now they are going to come in to try and contest this purple buff because, again, they saw the early clear coming in. Selena put down a trap and knew where Harley started and how Harley pathed, so this is an arrow, this is a punish.
There you go, there was a nice arrow, but Hilda using her passive in the bushes, getting that regeneration effect there, so she's not going to go down, but Harley securing that Beatrix with that 2v1 up top. That's a good map rotation, by the way, on the side of Murdoch.
I mean, they do get the counter kill, but it's not very efficient to kind of rotate someone up to get a revenge kill after losing one. At the end of it, though, it is NTU that feels like they're coming out ahead. In fact, they are. 1,000 gold. Another hook that doesn't connect. Unfortunate, but this Franco pick is starting to make me feel a bit bad. Like, I don't know, man. When I see hooks don't connect, I feel a bit awful.
Yeah, so far it's 0% land rate here for Franco. But look at Matilda, see how aggressive she is there. Oh, Basilero misses that Franco. Carry trying to steal this purple buff coming in. Angela is there. Nice hook there.
Does it reset it?
It reset. Oh no! Did not reset. And look at that, Carry securing that purple buff. Wow.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing. You might hook it, but it doesn't reset. And now another fight in the jungle.
There you go, 3v1 Hilda there, trying to get that regeneration effect. Franco stepping in the front line, but here comes the onslaught coming in from NTU. That was a nice arm offender coming in from NTU. So one kill, nice Abyssal Arrow. Jelena is down. Will they jump in? No, they will not.
That's the greedy, right? You get a free kill after you connect on the arm offender and you just move on. You've already gotten the buff, you've already gotten everything you need, just back off. And interesting choice of guns here coming in for the Beatrix player. Normally, like in the past at least. Oh, Hakard.
Come on, Hardguard. Come on, Kagura, get that. The umbrella. No, what a miss.
No.
Okay, no, Franco. Okay.
They got a 1-for-1. They got a 1-for-1.
Well.
Not like this, Fizzy.
Come on, Franco. So, tier 1 turret up in the middle is going to go down. The second turtle is up in the top lane. And I believe after that securing T1, NTU will go for that turtle as well. Look at that. There you go, Matilda securing that kill with that circling eagle. That's it.
This is why the comp is scary. Yeah. Oh, actually, he turns it around. He might just be able to find a kill here onto the Harley.
No. Oh, Harley. Oh. Harley manages to escape that from that. Also, everybody, Ruby with that don't run Wolf King, and he's gonna run. So no kill from Ruby. Hilda is there to actually protect Harley. It's gonna be 2v2. Here comes Selena, trying to get that abyssal arrow. Oh, what did he hit? We're gonna focus in the bottom lane. Franco yet again misses that hook. Oh, manages to escape. What is the abyssal arrow misses yet again? So hard got there with that Kagura. That's a wasted ulti for a bit, but here comes one-on-one Ruby.
She's gonna get the kill here, right? Oh no, he jukes out. This is why it's so annoying. Like, this is why we kind of saw the Sylvana in the previous game against Harley. Granted, the Sylvana lost. But this is the idea of like why you want the Sylvana, and another dive in the top tier 1. Yeah. Oh, big guns coming in. They get the first, they get the second, and well, NTU, they just strike back so fierce.
Yep, this is what Murdoch don't want to be doing. Like, they gotta start aggressive. They weren't aggressive at all from start to finish. Oh, nice! I'm offended getting that purple buff as well. Carrie coming in with that cleanup, and she was like, okay, why not? I get the purple as well. Will Hilda get that though? I don't think so. Oh, okay, yeah. She got it. She got it. So nice, well done. I don't think Harley will get that kill though.
Those autos are starting to hurt right now. Like, you can see that Carrie's actually like starting to punish Harley here. He's dead. Yep. Angela's dead. Harley's dead. And like, they're too squishy. This is the problem. Like, when we're talking about this, they're 5k gold ahead, by the way. This guy's dead too. We don't have to talk about it. Like, you know why? You know why things are like this, Fizzy?
Why?
It's because the composition, we have double marksman and you find gold leads early on.
Yep.
At 7 minutes, your item spike and your power level feels like it's 11 minutes because you're so fed.
Yeah.
And this is why this composition, like I said, it's a ticking time bomb. Their job is to make it go off faster. They want to make the bomb explode as quickly as possible. For Murdoch, they need to defuse the bomb, and they've done a horrible job at doing that. They're like supposed to cut the red wire, they cut the purple and the green wire and all the other wires at the same time, and NTU is just popping off right now.
Yep, and they are popping off really well. Seems like Angela is actually an abyssal arrow magnet there. So there you go. They're gonna secure this T2 turret up top with no problem. Abyssal arrow misses this time. But look at Hilda slowing down with that spinning light wheel from Carrie. Abyssal arrow hits Kagura but uses that CMA umbrella to escape. The nice, I'm offended getting that kill, but hook on that Matilda. But Matilda using the circling eagle, securing the kill on that Hardy before going down. Oh my god, that was the only time Franco manages to hook someone and hooks that Matilda, which secures the kill on that Harley. T inhibitor cloud is going to go down.
Another
abyssal arrow. There you go. Double kill.
This is probably GG here. Yeah. I can't even begin to describe how funny it was when the hook landed. Okay, this time it gets a kill. Okay, this time it gets a kill. The previous hook landed and Matilda was like, oh sweet, you know, I can out it now.
It was like, oh thank you. Oh my god. So
Murdoch, you know, never change. The comfort picks, I love it. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
This is esports. The root of esports is entertainment, and I am thoroughly entertained. 9k goal lead for NTU. Dotting the I's, crossing the T's. They don't even need the Lord, honestly, because they've opened up majority of the base. They just need a couple of picks here and there. And Carrie is like a monster. She's doing a lot of damage. Another arrow, another kill.
There you go. Here comes Carrie yet again. Carrie is well known as the tank killer, especially when you have Franco and Hilda by your side. So Carrie is definitely a counter pick there. Seems like it's going to be the top. Minaway will go down there. No engagement as of yet. They will go for this Lord, I believe.
Yeah, I think, especially with Carrie on board, you shred that pretty quickly.
Yep.
Like, look at the health bars just go down. Spinning light views are just wrecking this objective. And meanwhile, in Murdoch's base, Beatrix is also wrecking objectives.
Okay, Harley, I don't think Beatrix is going to go down. Nice, I'm offended, but Flicker has been used by Harley to save himself. Franco getting that Ruby, but I don't believe he's going to do anything. Ruby yet again securing that kill. Hilda, for no reason, getting in there. That's actually feeding them by Hilda, to be honest.
We're way past the point of feeding, Fizzy. We're at the point of survival, you know. Yeah. Oh, one more rocket in, a double kill. Okay, style points, I'll give it to you. But, you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's times like these I appreciate that Murdoch put up the fight. You know, it looked really good at the start. They're the ones that got the first blood with Harley. It's just that things don't go according to plan sometimes.
Yeah. So that's it. series number 2. 2-0 wins for NTU. And yeah, Murdoch, you may not win this game, but like what Professor say, you win my heart.
No, I'm not the professor, man. I'm just the man here to watch some action, you know. The professor's home doing some other stuff, you know.
So, yeah.
And NTU with a very, very good showing. And now, you know, with this win, they put themselves 4-0. So they will be, for now, top of the table until we watch their kind of, group mates play. NUS is also 3-0. If they win their match later on after this against RP, they will be tied first with NTU. So both of the universities actually putting up, or at least showing that they are very strong contenders for, first, second, and third to leave this group.
Yep, exactly. And the fact that NTU is actually the first runner-up last season.
True.
So they came in second. So they are a strong team. Yeah. But well played by Murdoch.
Yes.
So it's a hard game.
I mean, no surprise that NTU, with that legacy of like, okay, this is a kind of a title that's they've been so close to in the past year, for them to come back and put on this kind of dominating performance against Murdoch, who this is their kind of venture into Mobile Legends Bang Bang as an esport in the tournament. So I commend them. Like we said, have not won the game, but you won our hearts. And we are very, very touched. So before we go for a short break, ladies and gentlemen, I will want to pose the second question, and then Fizzy will cue us off. And just to give you a brief refresher or reminder, we've asked the first question already at the end of the first series. Now we're asking the second one. If you get both correct, you stand a chance to win a $100 Uniqlo gift card, courtesy of, our proud sponsors, Uniqlo. So without further ado, I shall ask the question. Which hero has the title Wings of Vengeance? Which hero has the title Wings of Vengeance? And if you know the answer, put it in chat right now. Type your answer, hashtag Uniqlo, and we'll sift through all your answers. We'll see if you got both correct, And if you did, maybe one of our staff members here at SCOGA will be reaching out to you and congratulating you on your win here on the SCOGA broadcast. So Campus Legends broadcast rather. So Fizzy, any thoughts before we go for a break?
Well, I'm actually looking forward to the third series.
Oh yeah, RP versus NUS.
RP NUS 2-0 against 3-0. So this is the battle of the undefeated so far.
Yeah.
But at the end of today, someone will have that first loss.
Yeah, one team is going to take the loss. And you know what? I think NTU will be very happy if RP is the one that comes out ahead, because then they will be 4-0 and NUS will be 3-1 and they will be sitting in second place. No first place tie.
Yep, that's good. So we're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, we're going to go to game number 3. See you guys soon.
A lot of my painting is about movement. I really gravitated to the circle, and from the circle came the atom. It's like the center of everything, the universe, our biology, all of it. The atom is constantly in motion. We're introducing activewear. It's the best way I can represent with Uniqlo.
Open. Oh. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You guys weren't supposed to hear that. I was supposed to tell Hafiz, but we got tricked by production a little bit. So we're back here. It's gonna be the final BO3 of Campus Legends. We're in week 4 now, and well, we have our final match up. It's gonna be NUS and Republic Polytechnic going head to head. And of course, both teams are undefeated, so we will see one team take their first loss for today. Once again, my Hungry Cast alongside me is Fizzy. We've been here the whole day. We'll be bringing you the final set of matches as well. Right now, though, we do have a little segment. We were talking about it a bit earlier, and this is the part I love, right? So, Fizzy, you know,
right.
we joked about this, but I want to see, you know, considering that Uniqlo have been very, very nice to kind of give us this sports utility wear. We were joking about how you can pose, right? So I want to see 3 poses from you, right? Get up on your feet. You can use the bear if you want to. You can not use the bear if you want to, right?
Okay.
We have 3 poses, right? Okay.
Yep.
So I want to see the 3 like classic sports poses, right? Give me the footballer pose, right?
All right. So
give me the footballer, like the celebrate after or however you want to do it. Give me the footballer. Right?
Okay. So before I start, right? So this is why Uniqlo's SUW Sports Utility Wear is for all sports, right? So modeling 101, this is the footballer.
Modeling 101, chum.
So this is the footballer.
The footballer. Okay. This is like the money shot, right? When the ball is rolling into the goal. The footballer. Okay. Give me the tennis player.
So this is a tennis player. So I'm holding a racket, right? So this is a tennis player.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
The tennis player.
Yep.
What was the final one? It was the golfer, right? The
golfer.
golfer. Give me your best. Maybe not Tiger Woods. I don't know. What was the?
Okay. So the golfer has 2 poses,
Okay.
right? So this is one.
Oh, this is
one.
okay.
Okay. The other one is this.
Bending down to pick up the ball.
Yep.
Okay, very good. You know what? We should like. I want Chat to like kind of do this thing maybe like every week from now. Like submit ideas for like incredibly weird poses because Julian, like Professor Julian, loves these like poses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Last week he was here like flexing his SUW and I'm like, okay, this guy looks pretty jacked. I want him in an awkward position, like maybe get him to do a half squat or something, like push up position, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, one hand push up or something.
One hand push up.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy could do like no hand push ups. He's so jacked. Have you guys seen Julian's arms? He's actually really like fit. So once again, you know, thanks to Uniqlo for providing all the utility wear that we're wearing right now. Very comfortable. I'm not sweating at all. In fact, I'm in a jacket from Uniqlo as well. Very comfortable. And if you see in the bottom of your screen right there where my pen is pointing to, no, not right there. Right, you can see a QR code at the bottom of your screen. If you scan that, you can download the Uniqlo app and get $5 off your first purchase, and also stand a chance to win an Arizona mask, which is, from what I've been told, you know, I haven't had one yet, unfortunately. But from what I've been told, it is very comfortable, it's very lightweight and breathable, and also, you know, provides the level of COVID protection that we're looking for in this day and age, right?
Exactly.
Also, remember to get vaccinated, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, I have my first one.
Same, actually. How's the? Do you feel anything at the end of the first vaccine? I was like completely fine. People keep telling me, oh, they got like fevers and stuff.
I was fine. It's only the next day. It's a bit sore, but it comes with every injection, so it's
that's
fine.
the thing, right? It feels a bit sore, but it just hold on my phone. It's a bit sore, but it just feels like someone just like kind of like pinched your arm real hard.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're good to go, right? And I have my second jab coming up soon, so fingers crossed that is brought forward, and we can all do our part. Well, I'm starting to sound like one of those ambassadors. Like I'm not Phua Chu Kang, you know, I'm not gonna sing no song, but I feel like one of those ambassadors. Like get your vaccination, you know. Together as a nation, we can. I don't know, man.
Oh my God, vaccination! There you go.
We are into draft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the game coming up. It's gonna be a best of 3 between Republic Polytechnic and NUS. So this is going to be an interesting one. Both teams currently undefeated. NUS is sitting pretty in first place. Republic Polytechnic in third place. And of course, because they had a break an earlier week, they are at 2-0. NUS is at 3-0. So the winner of this is going to progress up in the standings. Loser will unfortunately take an L and go down. And hot on both teams' heels actually is NTU, who just won their previous BO3.
Wow, nice. So there you go, Republic Poly on your left and NUS on the right. And one of the players to take note of from NUS, there you go. Oh dear Bambi.
Oh, this guy looks familiar. I wonder where he's from. Honestly, it's not a surprise that NUS has been so dominant just under the captainship of Odia Bambi, and this man is literally smurfing. Right, he's such a confident player. Every time I kind of like saw him a lot in the studio when we were doing MPL. This guy's so confident. I love interacting with him because he has that level of like swagger. It's like, yeah, I know I'm good. You guys don't have to tell me, but that kind of thing. It's cool to see. It's cool to see in person. Some people like play it off as a persona, but Odia Bambi actually, this guy is cracked.
Yeah. All right. So again, we have the Xbox pick here coming in from Republic Poly. So they want the Xbox super bad. And Matilda will be secured here on the side of NUS. And let's see what's going to be the next one.
You know what's an Odia Bambi classic that I want to see? Lancelot. That was a pick that I loved watching him play in MPL. And apart from that, there's Granger, which he absolutely adores as well. Assuming that he plays Hyper, maybe he wants to give chance a bit and play something like Tank. I don't know, but Benedetta is now on the field. It's been 100% pick ban so far today, I believe. And we'll get a chance to be showcased in this final best of 3.
Well, I believe this Benedetta is going to be used by Odia Bambi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think week 2 when I was casting, Odia Bambi was using Benedetta.
Often.
And he was all over the place. Like top, bottom, mid, he's there.
The answer here is Baxia and Uranus, and I think now that we have Odia Bambi, it's only appropriate for me to bring up the MPL kind of consistency. Uranus has always been like a pick that teams have liked to rely on. It's a very Singaporean thing. It's a MPL Singapore thing where it's just a really strong, obnoxious tank that creates space on the map. Between the heal and the Ionic Edge, it's really tough to chase him down. It's tough to punish him. When he gets level 4, Consecration makes it even worse. Like there's no way you can really keep him in place and lock him down. Farsa here, okay.
Oh, Farsa.
Huh. What's going on, huh? Fizzy, what's going on? Every time we ask the question, I don't know. What's going on, man? We ask the question and then it comes out in the next game.
Yep.
Maybe we should ask, for the following weeks, right? Just use like a Layla code or something so someone will be forced to play Layla.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. That's a very good idea. All right, so Selena will be banned out here, no surprise. And let's see what's going to be the final ban coming in.
Jonghyun was actually left open by both teams. The fact that it is still up is kind of concerning to me. I wonder if NUS wants the jaw hit here. They will go for the Harif instead, so not really showing all too much, but this composition kind of lacks consistent DPS. Like, where is your kind of hyper coming from? Is it going to be Bambi on that Benedetta in the jungle? Is it going to be an off lane Benedetta? We don't know yet, right? So NUS keeping a lot of their cards close to the chest, not showing anything off, whereas Republic Poly here with the Granger hover, I think that should be their hyper. Instead, they swap out the Instant Shin in the last moment. They're just trolling me right now. Kagura and Granger, very solid choices.
Right, so it seems like Xbox will not be the mid laner here.
I think it's fair. Put him on off lane, we talked about the addition of the new items making him very, very strong.
Yeah. So, epic meta here if they're gonna secure Leslie.
No way. They're gonna swap this out last. Oh,
there you go.
What's this troll? No, don't do it. No way.
Smelly cat.
Okay, the carry makes more sense. And
yeah.
The reason I say that is because there's Baxia and Uranus, right? You want to shred those two, and carry is the perfect pick to do so. So I do like that coming in for NUS.
Alright, so it seems like Odia Bambi will be having that Harif, and yeah, he's going to be in the goal lane, I believe.
Yeah. Goal lane Harif, off lane Benedetta, with your carry in the jungle or the hyper. So overall, NUS with a composition that makes a lot of sense.
Yep, and same goes with Team RP as well. It's pretty meta, I would say.
Right. I mean, the only thing that people look at for the first time, they might be surprised, is the export. And they're like, huh, what's going on? But it's because we kind of explained this in Game 1. The addition of the new item, the X, just basically makes him more formidable when it comes to dueling. The way it works is the Berserker passive, right? I think we were talking about this. The more you are in combat, the higher your physical damage goes, and the more powerful Xbox feels in these extended fights. You want to take long fights, you want to start fights off, and your Flamethrower is perfect for that.
Yep, there you go. With that being said, welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is going to be the final series for today. RP on the left side against NUS on the right side. So it's going to be 2 here up top against Benedetta. Benedetta is not afraid to go against these two, but will she pay the price though? there. Nope. Okay, so she would not get, Xbox would not get that kill, but it's going to be one-on-one here. Uranus at level 1. I don't think it's a good idea going up against that. But Granger, look at that first blood Farsa. Nice kill there. And it seems like they're going to steal this purple buff if they can. But here comes that Benedetta yet again with the Xbox Matilda. Uses the flicker to escape. And there you go, Benedetta
still gets out.
Escape, yep, with a silver of health. She will recall back, and here comes Baxia trying to escape with that rolling, and he manages to escape as well.
So NUS, they get the first blood, but the purple buff was taken by Kogura. It was not taken by the Granger. This is problematic now. Yep. You can see that he's still only level 2, whereas for the side of Odia Bambi, he's going to be picking up level 3 once he finishes this camp, right? So there's going to be equal levels, yes, but he's down 1 buff. And I think that hurts your clear. As much as I would like to give the advantage over to the early game, the advantage in the early game to RP, NUS are making a very good statement about how strong they are. And Odia Bambi double buffed up, he's going to be hitting level 4 real quick. Although we both know that Carrie's level 4 is not the level of power that Granger has.
Alright, so it's going to be 4v1 here. Uranus is all alone. There is no secretion coming in there. He's going to go down. Harris securing that kill. And they're going to proceed up to the top lane, I believe, because that's going to be the first turtle of the game will be spawned out.
I love that they kill him before the consecration comes up. Right? When it's up, it's so hard to punish, but now that they will be able to take him out of play, they can punish the Baxia here.
Wow, Baxia trying to use that, rolling to escape, and there you go. Granger could not save Baxia there, and there you go. They're not going to proceed any further with that team fight. Instead, they're going to secure this first objective of the game.
Not sure if you noticed, but the Matilda actually walked in front of the Baxia just to stop him from rolling away. The moment he makes contact with someone, he stops, and she was just basically proxying him from escaping. So NUS now 4-0 on the board. They get the turtle as well. Off to a rousing lead. 1.2k is 2.2k rather, is more than anyone really needs at this point, and NUS are starting to get the ball rolling.
Yep, Xbox there, trying to save that T1 turret up top. It's still a long way to go. The gold plating is still there. The first turtle will be secured there by NUS previously. And then we're going to focus here up in the middle, I believe. And Carry actually get this fight? No, he's gonna go for that purple. There you go, Smelly Cat there, opening up the map for his teammate. Zaman Force has been activated on that Uranus, but here comes Matilda. Matilda not using that circling eagle to stun Uranus. And Little Wanderer will be secured by Carry itself, but look at Matilda trying to escape that onslaught coming in. Granger! Fetid Hairstrike there has been unleashed. Carry is going to kill on that Baxia, the tank killer. Uranus trying to get the kill on the Carry itself, but not enough firepower, and Carry will secure that turtle.
3-0-1.
Yep.
3-0-1. This is what you expect from NUS with that early lead. That massive feather airstrike. Caught 2-3 members in the middle of it, and Xborg is going to get the kill onto Smelly Cat here. For the most part, NUS, as long as they can get some value out of this tier 1, they will hold control. They will still hold control, actually. Carry coming online 3-0-1. I like to put her as this kind of hyper that takes a while to scale up. Again, the idea of a ticking time bomb is very relevant. She comes online at about 9 minutes, but now she's going to be online at like 7 minutes, right?
Yep. Exactly. Look at Baxia there, trying to get that Matilda. Matilda pops that emote. Trying to, like, you're here. So here comes Carry with that. That spinning light wheel there, trying to get that Baxia. Baxia managed to escape. There's going to be 3v3. Zaman Force has been popped. Trying to get that Uranus. Circling Eagle there. Ionic Age trying to save himself, but no way. Harris securing that kill. Benedetta is going to go one-on-one here with Xbox. And Xbox, I don't know, it's not looking good here.
It does have the mobility to just kill him off, and if you overstay, they will punish you. Smelly Cat gets another kill towards that half of the map, and should be able to get some decent value too, forcing the rotation out from Kagura. Meanwhile, NUS, they're pushing their waves out. They know that this is small lull in the game where they just want their buffs, alright? They want their buffs, they want their items, and then once the next turtle spawns, that is when they're going to be fighting. Odia Bambi is pretty big right now. It's pretty fed. Harif, on the most part, just holding on. Every time Zaman Force is up, he can challenge for a kill, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you can see right now, this is a small window that, okay, if Zaman Force is up, I'm going to go for it. And there you go, Zaman Force is activated. He uses the Chrono Dash. He's getting a lot of damage down onto the Uranus, but you just Uranus things, right? He just walks away, doesn't die there, creates space for his team, whereas NUS now converged towards this half of the map.
Alright, so there you go. RP will not engage any further, and that will lead to T1 turret up top going down in the hands of Team NUS.
Just in time for them to prepare their items and kind of gather 1 minute before the turtle. So they want to take up as much space on the map as possible, right? Just clear the mid tier 1, top tier 1, bot tier 1, whatever they can, and then set up for the turtle.
Alright, Simi Umbrella have been used there, trying to push away Odia Bambi. And there you go, Granger trying to secure that purple. Got that feathered airstrike has been used. 3 of the teammates goes down. Triple kill with that feathered airstrike.
Immediately buys the lightning truncheon too, right? Once he gets the kill, they converge NUS with mid tier 1 gone, mid tier 2 soon to fall, and now they can converge and join their buddy. The Harif actually doesn't need any help. A monster kill coming out for the Farsa. And ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, NUS are running rampant on the map. They are destroying Republic Polytechnic, and this is all before the turtle even spawns.
Wow, yep. And so the second turtle of the game. Here you go, feathered airstrike again, together with that Zaman Force. Uranus trying to get in front, managed to secure the kill, but he's going to go down in the hands of Benedetta. Benedetta will go down on the turtle damage. There you go. Granger with that kill as well. So it's going to be 2 for 2.
Might be 3 for 2 here if you can get the kill. Actually falling very low. Here comes the Wings by Wings. They're chasing in onto the Xborg. He's actually forced to pop his ultimate to get out. That is not what you're looking for when you're playing this particular hero. And now that Odia Bambi is still alive. He was alive through all of that, by the way. He sees a turtle. He wants the turtle. He will get the turtle.
Yep, no contest here coming in from RP. So the third turtle, sorry, will be secured by that Odia Bambi, and I believe they're gonna go up to the top. So it's gonna be 4v1 here. Farsal, wait for that. There you go, feathered airstrike. The engagement coming in from the Zaman Force is gonna be Uranus all alone. He's gonna go down, and there you go. T2 turret will go down as well. So 1 down and 1 turret down as well. Huge win coming in from NUS.
Massive, absolutely massive. They have this AK goal lead. NUS are not pulling any punches. They get the purple, they steal it away, they control the map so well. And if you're RP, where do you go? How much can you really venture outside your base before NUS is waiting for you to kill you? Orange buff now will go towards Odia Bambi. He's always going to be double buffed up. If he doesn't have his own, he's going to be taking his opponents. And I think another feathered airstrike might just seal the deal here. Half is
wow, feathered airstrike again with the 9th engagement. Baxia trying to bring Falsa down, but here comes the last Insanity trying to get that carry. Carry manages to escape with that 1 killing spree there on the Granger. That's huge coming in from that Harry Benedetta, trying to be the smelly cat. And with the smelly cat be, so the smelly cat goes down.
He tried to survive. It is Benedetta. You have like a dash and multiple dashes, but you still need to respect your opponents, and they're looking for a bit more here. Odia Bambi combined with C here, using the Zaman Force. They will donate the kill to the Hyper of NUS. Still, 2v3 here. Them against the Wolf Feather airstrike coming down. Another nuke on top of the Baxia. And although they will kill the Harif, Odia Bambi is just, he has a license. He has a license to do whatever he wants.
Yep, he does. 505 KDA, 909 KDA on the side of Farsa. NUS, this is your game. Oh man, so here you go, mid lane, trying to come in there, circling Eagle. No support coming in, feathered airstrike, misses that one. Last Insanity trying to get that Farsa using that Wings by Wings to escape. And Baxia securing that kill on that Farsa. Wow.
I'm not sure if Odia Bambi is like angry or happy, you know. Like, I could see him reacting 2 ways. One is like laughing because his teammates are dying.
Yep.
And the second one is like him being a tryhard, being like, oh, guys, get it together. We got to close this game out, right? I could see him reacting both ways, honestly, based on how he's behaved on interviews. So right now, like you said, this is NUS's game to lose.
Yep.
Overextended here is Smelly Cat. He's going to pop the Electro Final Blow, chase in for the kill. Get focused down by members of RP, but Odia Bambi is here. Look at the damage he's doing. He's shredding the Baxia, and now he has to run for his life on the back line. It's going to be Xborg that takes him out, but his team is there. Everyone from NUS is doing their job. They're killing members wherever they stand, and NUS, they clean up. Although 3 members of their roster falls, they still have control of the map.
Yep, 3-4-3 for both teams, but 26-14, and a huge goal in coming in from NUS. And Farsa there, and Matilda, Mage doing Mage things, support doing support things there. And I believe both Lord is up.
Yep.
And NUS, I guess they will wait for the Lord.
Bambi is up right now. This is the guy you need to kill the Lord. I mean, for the most part, they do have damage, but Bambi just shreds it so quickly. So that is the ticket for NUS to close out this game. You can more or less assume that once Lord is taken and they push, that is going to be the end of game 1. NUS, here, again, they're a game to lose. 5k goal lead. They kind of threw some of the goal lead away, and there is still a window for RP to come back in, but full control in the hands of NUS for this game 1.
Yep, no contest for the Lord there. RP didn't want to get involved in any of that unnecessary team fights. So Lord will be in the hands of NUS. So it's going to be 6v5 now. So on the side of NUS, Hungry, what should they do?
I mean, like I always say, sync up the waves. Make sure they all collapse at the same time and force RP to not only defend the pushing waves, but also the people sieging and the Lord itself. So that is probably going to be the move. And NUS, however, not listening to my advice at all, not paying any attention. Right now, the waves will sync up and arrive at the same time with Lord in mid. And 4 members of NUS taking down the final inhibitor. I think this should be game here. The final fight from RP to keep their hopes alive in this game 1 is going to be kicking off very soon.
Yep, there you go. Let's wait for the Feather Airstrike. Here comes the Feather Airstrike, getting that Matilda's going to kill on that Kagura. Yeah, look at the Granger. Granger trying to say, no way. No way. He's trying to get the minions off, but too much firepower coming in from NUS.
NUS with a draft that looks as comfortable as they want. You know, they got everything that they needed. And in the early game, I think it was pure domination. In the laning phase, they read what they needed to do, and they got the early leads to the point where Odia Bambi, 11k, you know, he has all the offensive items and a belt that might be mistaken for a Uniqlo one because it made him so good. Yeah.
Wow, so 69% Farsa team fight participation. That's huge. And Farsa, I think she's the main initiator for the team.
Yeah, which as weird as it is to say.
Yeah, she pops out that feathered airstrike and everybody just goes in. So that's a good support play coming in from NUSI.
I think that's the thing that people tend to forget about Farsa. If you don't have a way to disrupt her feather airstrike, if you don't have a way to like stop her from channeling it, and she is able to like use the feather airstrike in a populated area, get 2 or 3 members, you know, you just need to tap them once. They have no chance of really taking a fair fight because before they even walk in, they're like 50% health. Yeah. And Farsa feud's even more oppressive when she's a hit, when she has things like the Lightning Truncheon, the Holy Crystal, because that is when each feather airstrike, each click, each hit of the feather airstrike chunks people out. And that's pretty much what we saw.
Yep, exactly. So is Farsa a worthy ban coming in second game?
I think it's problematic. I don't think it's like 100% you have to ban it because you didn't lose because of the Farsa. It's just that you didn't control the Farsa and you let her get to the point where she's nuking you, right?
Yep.
Most teams, when they play against the Farsa, they put a lot of pressure on top of her, meaning to say, the moment they see that circle from the feather airstrike, they jump her. And once or twice, Republic Poly were able to do that. They were able to stop the Farsa from getting the full channel off with the export. However, the moment you don't do that once, like if Farsa gets a full channel off once or twice and they win a convincing fight, this is when things get bad. This is when things feel very awful because she's able to nuke you down, and then it's a snowball effect from there. It's not a matter of if she's able to snowball, it's when she starts snowballing.
Yep. So there you go. Even if you ban out the Farsa, you got to worry about Eve.
I mean, Eve was banned out this game, right? So you ban out Farsa, you ban out Eve, then you leave yourself open. You leave yourself open to getting like picked even more or getting drafted against even better from the NUS side. And I'm not surprised at all that NUS has a very good beat on the draft. They understand what works. The moment they saw the Uranus and Baxia, like you knew that the carry is coming, right?
Yeah.
So this is the idea, the experience and all that kind of leading into NUS's win. And with that first game win, now that we proceed into the second game draft soon, all NUS has to do is win this to kind of claim the spot of an undefeated first place team.
Yeah, definitely. And they would actually tie up with NTU.
Yep.
And a strong contender coming in, going up against probably the defending champions from Group A.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's tough, right? You look at Group B, they have so many good teams, NUS, NTU, just to name a few.
Yep.
And then on their heels, you also have RP right now, who is like, yes, they lost, but it's also because NUS is like stacked, right?
Yep.
In Group A, you have ITE College Central, I believe, that were the defending champions. Across the board for the MLBB portion of Campus Legends, we're looking at very fierce competition.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe those teams or those players will be watching the live streams. They have to watch this live stream.
You look at this, you're like, okay, Bambi's playing carry, we just gotta ban out Farsa. You know, make all the notes in the notebook, dude. If I as a caster have a notebook, I'm sure the players do have a notebook.
Yeah, you gotta do it. If you want to be a pro player, you gotta do it. You gotta watch tapes. You gotta study your opponents, and this is why we are doing this live stream.
Yeah. I think we are into draft right now. I'm just gonna pull that up on our screen. Bam! There you go. Thank you to production for making it happen lightning fast as we see the Lunox banned out by NUS. This time, however, they are on the blue side.
Yep.
So they will only have the first pick, whereas their opponents will have 2 after them.
Okay, Purple and Koopa. Okay, standard meta ban. Let's see what's gonna be the second one. Will it be Jawhead?
I think Eve is gonna be like pretty highly contested by both teams, even Benedetta as well. That Benedetta had an awesome game, despite the fact that he was dying. He was still able to really kill the primary targets.
Alright, so Matilda will be the ban coming in from NUS, and let's see what's going to be this first banning phase, the last ban for Republic Poly before the first pick phase. Let's see, will we see an Eve?
Yep,
okay.
There you go. So the Matilda is removed now. This might mean that NUS wants either the Selena or Jawhead. I think that's a good opening pick. If they don't want to give anything away, they could still do the Farsa. They could still do something like a Granger early. They could even do the Benedetta if they want, and not give anything away. So instead, they saw this Xbox last game. They're like, you guys don't know how to play this. Let me show you how.
Let me show
you how to play this, you know?
Yep. Take notes, Republic Poly. So Xbox is going to be picked by NUS. Will they go for that? Okay, I thought they were going to go for the Uranus again.
I think Benedetta is a better choice here. We saw that matchup. Actually, Benedetta, yes, she does get punished early on. You get a couple of levels. You do very well with the Xbox in the side lane. So we might be seeing that matchup, Benedetta against Xbox in the side lane. Meanwhile, Jawhead now being hovered. Now we neglected to mention Baxia again for RP. I'm not a big fan. I feel like Baxia is a very specific niche hero. Like if they have a lot of healing on their side, yes, pick it by all means. But there are better options, and by better options I meant that they could have done Jawhead instead of Baxia.
Yeah, I totally agree as well. And Eudora, it seems, is going to be the support coming in from NUS. So no Farsa.
No Farsa. No Farsa. Unless they decide to play like offlane Farsa, which is like, it can be done. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I think for the most part you want something a bit more tanky in the gold lane.
Okay, seems
like in the XP lane, rather.
Yeah, Republic Poly, I believe they're going to secure their hyper here. They have to.
Oh, your team
okay. Interesting that they went for the Freya instead of the hyper. Like you said, right? I think hyper pool is the name of the game right now for both teams. Especially after you secure your first opening 2 and 3. Like it's tricky because now you have to kind of contend with, okay, what is going to be able to deal damage safely against Xborg and Jawhead. If it's X-pick, if it's some hypothetical, that's something that NUS is going to be banning out. Kagura here is going to be the choice.
Kagura. So Kagura will be out of the game. Let's see what's the final ban coming in from Republic Poly. They have Xbox, Jawhead.
Loi, okay.
Loi. Oh, so there's no banning coming in from Republic Poly. They did not ban.
Interesting. Loi here, I'm not sure how I feel about Loi in general. She was very strong at a point in time in the past when Popo and Koopa was open. People would just instantly counterpick with Loi. Right? And I think in this game, what you're lacking is like consistent DPS. Yes, you have Benedetta, but how are you gonna be navigating these team fights is the question. Do you have the tools to literally just stand there and man fight Harley now and Xbox? Like, probably not. And Cho. Like, who's gonna stand there and fight them? Is it just gonna be Benedetta and Freya? Even then, like, is that even a good fight?
Yeah. You know? Exactly. So it seems like no marksman set for NUS, and Republic Poly is pondering over Granger. Whether they secure that Granger though, that's the question. I believe so.
I think you do need the Granger here. Any other later scaling marksman is kind of dead in the water because you expect NUS to be playing hyper aggressive, like very early level 4 fights and skirmishes, right? Because they have Harley and they have the Cho. Like, both of them love looking for early action. So I do expect NUS to be playing hyper aggressive. And Republic Poly here, if they went for any later game, like say carry or
1-1 or something like that, right? It takes time to scale, even a Clint to a certain extent. You need something that comes online early to just fight. Roger would have been good, but Granger's good as well.
Yep. So let's see, based on the draft itself, I mean, I'm going for Team NUS. What about you?
I mean, not just the draft, I'm just like a big fan of Bambi, so I'm going to say Team NUS. Even when Mystery Shop, so he knows that their timings need to be a lot better, right? Mystery Shop is one of those like interesting emblems that tell your opponent what you want to do. Yes, you get like, it's a very like high efficiency emblem, but at the same time it indicates like we want to fight early, we want to get our items earlier. Can you match our timings? If you can't match our timings, you just lose.
Alright, so welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is possibly will be the last game for today. Wow, that's an early revitalization activated by Baxia there. They don't want his teammates to go down. But it's going to be 2 here up top. Jawhead with the Xbox, and Benedetta will go 1-on-1 against Cho, the battle of the fighter.
The reason the Jawhead is up in that lane is because they have kill potential early on. So if you find an ejector in, like, on someone that's strolling by, you punish them, right? And you don't expect the mid lane mage to get, like, pressured out early on. There's no, like, kind of walk in and punish you support on the side of RP, so they're okay sending the Jawhead to just support the export.
Alright, here is Odia Bambi, I believe. Oh, nice first blood there coming in from Freya. There's going to be 2v1 there. So 1-for-0. Cho goes down. First blood going in for Team RP. Still early in the game, not too bad.
A lot of damage coming in.
Oh, that smart missiles coming in from that Jawhead. So going to kill on that. What happened there? Is that a flicker coming in?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what NUS were looking for there. Like, you find the cheeky kill, but you overstay. And it was multiple flickers coming in from NUS. So, at least they find a kill here with the Harley, but still, you know. NUS with their early aggression getting turned around. We talked about them being hyper-aggressive. That is, if it sounds weird to say, too aggressive. Sitting in the enemy jungle and waiting for them to walk by. Now, see here on this Cho might just get punished again, but the assistance of the Jawhead, they should be able to turn out and evade the damage coming in.
Yep, Jawhead using the ejector there actually to eject. He wants to eject Cho, but ejected Benedetta coming in with that dash, but so far no kill, so not too bad. So no harm done, and we're going to focus here in the turtle lane up top. Harley there, Odia Baby trying to secure that Revitalize will be used there. There you go. Here comes the last Insanity from Xbot, trying to get that Granger down using that Firebird. There you go. Goes down by Luo Yi with that revenge kill. So 1-for-1. Benedetta there make it 2-for-1. Now she's going to use that Alicto to escape. Wow, huge win coming in from NUS with that turtle as well.
Yep, getting the turtle is good, and just to correct you, it was a 2-for-2. I think on the way out, they managed to find a counter kill as well. But yeah, the big point there is, like, apart from all the kills, apart from everyone going down, it's the turtle that matters, and NUS are the ones that pick that up. They are at a 1k goal lead again, actually big. Unstoppable force coming in from the Jawhead. Oh my goodness, the Luo Yi, the control and the way of the dragon into his team. If they can find this, it's a perk. If they don't, well, at least they avoided going down. I thought it would have been a lot more disastrous with the Luo Yi Yin Yang there, but at least they're able to find it. Another ejector in.
Nice,
but this is a Benedetta. She's very mobile.
There you go. She's going to go down. There's a huge ulti coming in for Harley. There you go. Securing that kill on Benedetta. Granger is up top trying to secure this turtle. But look at Harley. Harley in the minimap. She's not going to go engage. She's not going to engage Granger. She's going to secure that purple buff.
It gets the crab. Meanwhile, another stun in from the Luo Yi. Forces the flicker out. That's pretty valuable. Eudora without the flicker is a lot more vulnerable. So it's good that you find this early on. However, RP still... They don't have the tools to punish, right? You think about NUS. When they have their Jawhead like standing in front and you don't have flicker, they can kill you. What do you really have on the RP side to kill someone? Is it just Baxia as another fight breaks out?
There you go. Here comes Benedetta. They're trying to get that. Benedetta security kill on there. Eudora. She realizes that Eudora is a problem when it comes to team fight. So 1-for-0 on the side of RP. Seems like here in the top lane, 2-for-1. Our last Insanity has been used. They're trying to get that Freya. Will he get it? But there you go, Harley getting that kill with that ulti and securing that T1 turret as well.
Turtle. It's being started out by RP right now. I think Cho actually got a kill, so 2 members of RP are down. They shouldn't stick around here. They're trying to run away. It looks like the Jawhead trying to start something off. Now having to kite back. Here comes the Cho with the Way of the Dragon, trying to create some space for his team to disengage. Still, RP, all 5 members are up now. They can regroup on top of this and maybe look to make something happen. Smelly Cat on the X-Borg. Still, making a big problem for RPS again. Oh dear, Bambi on this Harley just finds another isolated kill out of nowhere.
Yeah, 4-1 to KDA in the early game. Look at Cho trying to stay there, you know, acting like it's something wrong with the Wi-Fi connection.
Pretend to be AFK.
Yeah.
Stun on in here, Smelly Cat's in trouble.
There you go, nice ejector there, trying to get a Baxia, but Benedetta is in there saving Baxia from getting that fight. And US, so both teams will reset, but I'm gonna apologize again. Here comes Joe with a Way of Dragon securing on that Freya. It's gonna be 3v2, and US realizes this, get that one fight. Harley is not there, so they're gonna reset.
Yeah, Harley's not there because he was busy taking the turtle before that all happened. Before they dove, he already picked up the turtle, and he already got control of the bottom half. So there's like no real reason to overstay, especially once the objective is down. You can see here that Jawhead is getting focused, but he's very tanky, level 7. It's a lot of health as well. It's going to take at least like 2 members to keep him in place and kill him, and one of them has to be a core. Meanwhile, at RP, they're going to get caught out.
There you go, last Insanity trying to get that Granger yet again is going to go down. The core is down, double kill on the for the Eudora with that Joe. Way of the Dragon securing that kill on Benedetta. They're going to secure that T1 turret up in the middle, and I believe they're going to secure this one as well.
Starting to look a bit like Game 1 here, Fizzy. 7k goal lead for NUS. They're controlling the map, and they're getting donated kills, right? That's not a kill that they earned. That's a kill that RP donated. Basically a freebie there for them. The Baxia couldn't really do anything to prevent that. Meanwhile, Cho just split pushing here on the bottom half of your screen. You can see he has support from his team. The Benedetto should be able to kill him off with the Electo final blow, but the Jikundo actually gets him out. It's the Eudora that dies.
Yeah.
Cho being a bit of a bad teammate, sacrificing his Eudora and getting away.
Yeah, Eudora was there to actually help him, but now Eudora is down, and Joe will reset and go back to heal himself up. And we're going to focus here up in the top lane. Harley is there together with X-Bot. They're trying to secure this T2 turret. I believe it's going to go down, but here comes Baxia trying to engage the T5 coming in.
Look at the flip.
Look at it here. There you go. Nice. Last Insanity yet again trying to aim for that backline, trying to get that Granger. Immortality will be popped out on the X-Bot, trying to escape, but look at Jawhead there trying to move in to the front line, saving his teammates, and there you go. So far, 1-0.
This is what I mean by like you need teammates to help you when you pop Last Insanity. Sometimes you just go too far. You feel like you're very strong, and the ejector in. He has some assistance, he has some teammates, but the rest of RP are here to collapse. The Baxia arriving with the roll on in, doesn't really find a target. Wow, Smelly Cat is a lot more of a brave person than I am. He is like on 10% health, he's just walking around farming. If it was me, I'd just like back off already.
Yep. That I realized on that last team fight, right? Jawhead came in with unstoppable force, and then Harley came in for the cleanup.
Yep.
And Jawhead, before he dies, he managed to press that conceal, which actually makes Harley invisible and run away.
Yeah.
That's
I
nice.
love that there's this presence of mind from these teams to make sure that if they're dying, they can do something for their teammate. The one shot coming in from the Eudora, he flickers out, a hit and run, and now they're chasing onto him. Not sure if there's anything to be found here. A godlike streak for Odia Bambi as he's going to join back into the fight. Doesn't have the ultimate, does have the cards. Deals them an ace and a queen, and that is going to be a win for NUS.
Yep, it's definitely going to be a checkmate moment here for NUS. Cho really does well with that, you know, zoning the enemies, getting that Way of the Dragon, aiming for that Granger. Same goes with Xbox. You know, uses the Last Insanity, going for the backline. So NUS, this is their game to lose, to be honest.
You know what is kind of like frustrating to me? Oh, well, not frustrating, but like something I noticed. Oh, hold on.
Okay, Jawhead with the ejector there, but only ejects Baxia, but he's going to pay the price there. No follow-up coming from his teammates, and I believe they're going to reset here.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know what the thing about RP's composition that kind of rubs me the wrong way? The Freya hasn't really had any impact this game. It's a dead pick, right? And I think this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, what is your composition trying to do? And what does this pick, like, what does the Freya do? Like, what does she contribute to your overall win condition? Absolutely nothing, as we see Odia Bambi just jump in again. He's going to take down. I think he gets the kill there. Good try from Smelly Cat to try and steal that one away, but Bambi gets it. 10-1-4 now.
Yep, Xbox is going to be 3v3 here, down in the bottom. They're trying to push this inhibitor down, but conceal there was used, but again, no engagement coming in. Bambi is up top. Here comes Bambi jumping in. Last Insanity going in the back lines yet again. Jawhead with that kill. Last Insanity not securing anything, but the way of the Dragon getting that one. Eudora with that lightning strike, finishing up the kill, but Granger securing the kill on his own. But look at NUS.
Oh my god.
Bambi double kill on Eudora. 4-for-1. Only left with Granger trying to save the base from. Look at.
No way.
Okay, no.
So greedy. He just jumps in with the ult and tries to kill him. Like, there's no way that happens, right? And now they might have overextended the flamethrowers there. Roasts the Freya to a burning crisp, and this is the core exposed right now. RP, they need to put a defense down. It looks like it's falling very low, and there's no one there to really hold him off. Yep, RP now jumping back in. Eudora's already down, and now Odia Bambi will have to flee. He gets a kill on the Benedetta before getting outside of the base. Meanwhile, the Cho is here. Wave the Dragon does absolutely nothing as he dies under the core. Last inhibitor falls. RP are left completely naked inside the base. No more structures to speak of. They're going to have to defend with their lives.
Yep, they definitely do. But I think it's a bit greedy there coming in from NUS.
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to force that fight. You know,
trying to close the game there.
Yeah.
Like, who do you guys think you are?
So RP here trying to go for that Lord, but Jawhead is all alone. So far, no support coming in from teammates. So I think this Lord is uncontested. There you go.
Uncontested Lord is taken away by RP, so that buys them a bit of breathing room, at least when it comes down to defending. Still, you can imagine that NUS are going to make very quick work of this, the Lord pushing down mid lane. If anything, they kill this and just push him for the GG, right? Or they could just ignore it and play the side lanes and push and ignore the Lord completely.
Okay, so it's going to be 3 here. 3 going for the Lord, and Xbox and Cho will be trying to clear the waves coming in from top and bottom. So again, NUS is still pressuring RP.
Yeah, a 6k goal lead for NUS. They're taking the time of this one. They don't have to rush it, like you said. A bit greedy in the previous GG push. This one will be a lot more measured, a lot more tempered, as we see NUS now starting to set the waves. Not sure why Cho isn't doing anything. He's just like farming the jungle, and now he's going to be pushing out the bottom half of the map. Waves are going to be colliding in, and US now looking for the GG push.
There you go, nice ejector there. Get the Freya. Freya uses the flicker to escape. But then again, cleanup coming in from Harley. There you go, Smelly Cat engaging. Last Insanity trying to get the Benedetta. Benedetta manages to escape. Now they're going to go for that. No Minions is in the bottom lane. Cho securing that kill on that Baxia. Where is that? Granger. Granger is inside. He's not going to go out.
Minions coming in now.
Minions coming in. This is going to be the GG push. Look at Granger. Granger is focusing on the Eudora instead of the Minions. And he's going to pay for it going down together with the home base. NUS 2-0 win.
What a nice fight at the end. They kind of dice in and out, you know, try to play the lines a bit. And we thought, you know, maybe if you clear the wave, the game isn't over. But last minute, the minions arrive in mid, and with the Way of the Dragon, just for style points, doesn't need the kill. Just needs to buy some time for his team to hit the core. And that is going to be NUS with a very clean 2-0 coming in. You know, both games back to back, not going more than 30 minutes, right? Yep. That's insane to think that NUS, and although we know they have this caliber, undefeated so far, a statement for sure. Yep,
definitely a statement. And it's definitely a statement to the champions, I believe, ITCC. Like, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here. We're going to get that from you. We're going to be the champions this year, hopefully. So, again, GG WP for both teams, but more GG towards NUS, 33-16. Huge coming in. Oh, dear Bambi, 67% team participation, and hero damage, 31%, the highest. I mean, not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking at this match, I was like, is Odia Bambi going to give chance? Is he going to play something apart from Hyper? The answer is no. He takes no prisoners, Hafiz. Yep. He rules with an iron fist in Mobile Legends. He wants to win them all, and he will play whatever he needs to make sure that his team gets the win. So that is, like you said, GG for NUS. They will be moving forward to 4-0 and tying up with NTU. So we have 2 teams in first place right now. Unfortunate, and commiserations to RP, who will take their first loss and move down to 2-1. So things are getting a bit spicy here in Group B. We have very clear leaders of the pack. We have a clear middle of the pack. And we have some unfortunate teams who, you know, are still struggling to find their first win. Like we saw earlier today, IT College West, you know, a bit tough for them. A bit tough.
Yeah. IT College West and Murdoch as well. Yeah. So no wins yet so far. And I don't know, man. I mean, you gotta let me know. Is this game over for them or?
It's the end of week 4. They haven't found their first win, which is it's very concerning to me. If you want to make the top 4, and by the way, this is the qualification, right? Top 4 from each group moves out of group stages into playoffs. If you want to make top 4, you need to win at least 4 matches, in my head, because there's 7 teams. You need to win at least half.
Yes.
Now that week 4 is over, the most they can win now is 3. I think some of them might stand a chance to make it out of group stages if they go to tiebreakers. But for now, it's looking very bleak. They will need to kind of take a moment to reset and rethink their game plan moving forward into the next few weeks.
Yep, I believe so too. But hey, don't give up as of yet. Hopefully there will be season 4.
I mean, it's always going to be an experience. It's always going to be an experience. I love Campus Legends because every year we see young, fresh talent, and we have some old, experienced talent as well coming in. But there's always something to be learned, right? You tell me you play against Odia Bambi and you don't learn anything, I'll call you a liar.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that, right? And if anything, it's also a place to forge relationships with friends in your community. And I think that's what this is all about. The idea of getting schoolmates together to form a team and show that they're the best and kind of prove that they have what it takes. There are some teams and some schools that have been around for a while that just want to stake their claim. There are other teams who have yet to really prove anything, but are like these young up-and-coming talents that have the potential to upset the big boys.
Yep, exactly. Esports is definitely the future, right? And it's getting better and better every single year. So it's not going to stop here. So teams are going to get better. New teams are going to emerge. New pro players is going to emerge as well. So don't give up. Don't stop. Esports is huge. It's getting huge. So
you know what's huge? Speaking of what's huge, I believe we might have our winners for our huge $100 Uniqlo voucher gift card already prepped. So fingers crossed if production can hear me. I'm just gonna look around. Okay. So drum roll. Your winner is Transparent. Congratulations. Our representative from SCOGA will be reaching out to you regarding your gift of a $100 Uniqlo voucher. Thank you so much for participating. Everyone in chat that did participate but didn't win, fret not, because every Sunday we'll be here. Every Sunday we'll be giving stuff away. Courtesy of our product sponsors Uniqlo, who have equipped us and allowed us to look this good. We don't look this good on a normal day. Hafiz and I normally wear slippers, shorts, and singlets. We go and lim kopi and we just look like uncles. But today we look fresh. We look good.
Yep, all thanks to Uniqlo and all our sponsors as well. Not forgetting our academic sponsors, Republic Poly.
Our institute sponsors as well, Murdoch and Kaplan.
Yep.
And not to mention our very nice Lenovo laptop, courtesy of Lenovo. If you're looking for a gaming laptop that can both be used for work and school, it's pretty lightweight, it's pretty heavy duty as well. It's one of those rare occasions where it has all the specs that you need for a gaming laptop, but you could still carry it around without feeling like you're lugging a rock around. Right.
Yeah.
Weight-wise, I carried it a bit. Honestly, it doesn't feel very heavy in my bag, and it's one of those things that, especially when you go to uni or poly, right? You want a rig that can be used in school for schoolwork, and you can go home and still play other games like League of Legends, these kind of things, right?
Well, you don't have to go home.
You don't have to go to stay in school.
Just stay in school and tell your parents that you're studying.
No, don't listen to this man. This man is teaching you the wrong ways. Bring the laptop to school, do your schoolwork, and then bring it back home and play games, right? So that is the way. This is the way, Hafiz. Don't teach these kids the wrong thing.
Well, extra class.
Extra
class.
I don't know what class you're into, bro. I never had that class the last time in my life. We also might have I think we do have the brackets up for you right now. Not brackets, rather, excuse me. The standings, yes. The standings up for you. So hopefully we might have that. If we don't, stay tuned to our social media channels because those will be uploaded. I believe that is more or less the end of the broadcast. Do you have anything else, Mr. Hafiz?
Nope, I got nothing else. It's been fun. Great game so far. I'm looking forward to week number 5.
Oh, yeah.
And, wait, 4? Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Suddenly I cannot count.
There's going to be a meme there. Someone clip this. Clip it. There's going to be a meme there. Someone clip it. I cannot count it, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to put that out there.
Man.
Okay, we can't end on a better note than that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into Campus Legends Week 4. Yesterday was League of Legends. Today was Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Next week, we'll be here the same time, same place. Saturday for League of Legends. Sunday for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Many giveaways to be had. And if you guys, missed your chance today, stay tuned next week. Once again, I am Hungry Cast. Alongside me was Fizzy. It's been a pleasure bringing you the games. Have a great weekend. Remember to practice social distancing. If you haven't got your vaccination yet, be sure to register online and get that as soon as possible. For now, take care, guys, and have a great weekend.
Boom, boom, boom.
lot of my painting is about movement. I really gravitated to the circle, and from the circle came the atom. It's like the center of everything, the universe, our biology, all of it. The atom is constantly in motion. We're introducing activewear. It's the best way I can represent Uniqlo.